I cannot. Wait, hang on. Yes. Yes, yes. I do see us live now. Yes. 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 Well, we got the Rams taking a punt here. Ethan Evans trying to pin him inside the 10. Fair catch called for at the 5. So great job there by Ethan Evans. They would have pinned the Texans down inside the 5. And if you're just joining us or missed part of the game, both teams are unable to score here early on. So we still got a 0-0 game midway through the first quarter. And we do apologize about being a little bit late here. We had some tech difficulties. We worked through them. We got this up and running for you all. So we appreciate everyone for coming on, even though it's a little later than what we want to be. That's true. Yeah, yeah, I would love to break down some notes I have here on my end. So some storylines that I was really looking forward to, coming into this game, which I talked a little bit about yesterday. We have the Rams O line versus the Texans D line, and vice versa here. So basically, what that means is for the Texans O line looking a little bit different than how they've looked in the past. They're without a guy like Laramie Tunsil right now and stuff like that. Obviously, the Texans not having a great O line, but they do have a great D line. They got Will Anderson Jr., Daniil Hunter, those types of guys that are really going to step up. Aziz Al-Shire as a linebacker, another guy to watch. The Rams secondary is really what I think the main thing about this game is to look forward for is that the Rams secondary I talked about in yesterday's video, Cam Kitchens, a turnover machine, a guy who forces a lot of turnovers. I think he's the guy who's going to have to do a lot here for this Rams defense versus a Texans passing offense that is a bit weaker. Christian Kirk and Braxton Berrios both being out for today as well. And I'm also really interested in seeing how the Rams really diversify the rush attack as well. So I want to know your thoughts on all those, Josh. How you think that's going to impact the game here as well?
Yeah, sorry. I just want to make sure real quick because I did get a message in the chat that you can't hear me. So let me just double check and make sure. I know you can hear me. Joshua Finders can hear me, but I want to double check
Yes,
and
I
make
can.
sure. Can we hear Joshua Hito now? Because I think it might have been my OBS issue on not having the mic
Hmm.
right, but I think I should be good now. And so repeat your question one more time for me.
So pretty much this is what do you think about what I said? Pretty much about everything going on
Yeah.
with this game, the O line, the D line, the secondary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, honestly, this is one of those games. I think it's a tough battle for the Rams, but a good battle, I think, for the Rams. A good thing to kind of break down is seeing how this old line holds up, first and foremost. This defensive line is young and for the Houston Texans, and so they obviously are going to be a key here. Seeing how the O line holds up. We know we've been dealing with injuries on that O line here for the Rams, but so far, looking okay. I mean, obviously, the Rams haven't moved the ball too well so far this game. Both teams punting, but that means on both ends, right? The defense for the Rams. That's definitely one of the big key things that I was talking about all week is how this Rams defensive line is going to look going up against the Texans offensive line because that's been the biggest thing of the offseason for the Rams, right? One of the big pieces that we haven't really been talking about is can this defensive line be as good as they kind of finished the year, especially last year, right? I think they played fairly well all year long, but the tail end of the year is really where everyone kind of, I mean, that Minnesota Vikings crazy sack party was kind of out of nowhere insane, right? And so if they can continue that that production throughout the regular season. That's kind of what I want to see here in this game. Can they get to C.J. Stroud? Can they put that pressure on him? Because he is a good quarterback. If he has time, he's going to find his receivers down the field. He's got some good options. Nico Collins on the outside. We'll see how that run game is this year now with Joe Mixon dealing with some injuries. So we'll wait and see on it. But yeah, definitely an intriguing matchup for the Rams. I think I'm happy with them facing off against Houston week 1 because I think it's a good test for the Rams. Not the craziest, best team ever. You're not facing Mahomes, who's going to do some wonky plays out there. You're facing a solid team with a good defense. Let's see what the Rams can do, and that's kind of what I'm excited to look out for.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for that as well, for sure. And as well, the Texans just got a key first down here. We got Stroud dropping back on 3rd and medium here, looking downfield. And he's actually able to run for this first down. A rare occurrence there for C.J. Stroud, getting the first down there with his feet. So the Texans, well, I almost got a safety there down there in the end zone. End up getting out of it, getting that 1st and 10. And something else to keep an eye on here, Josh, is that the Texans offensive coordinator, I covered this in a video this week as well, used to be a Rams offensive coach as well. Mm-hmm. So another little storyline in this game is the Texans face 1st down and 10, run the play clock down to 0. They run with Dameon Pierce, and they get a couple. It's going to be 2nd and long here.
Yeah, it's funny on that run for C.J. Stroud, as I'm watching, a little bit on a delay from Josh. That run from C.J. Stroud is interesting. Like, we saw that happen again with, like, the Chargers versus the Kansas City Chiefs, for example. That edge rusher, when they go on for that inside move, it's there, but sometimes it's there for a reason. Sometimes that offensive lineman is kind of trying to make you go inside rather than contain their quarterback on the inside. A lot of times in the NFL, I think quarterbacks like to run, especially toward their right-handed quarterbacks looking down the field. And so I think if you're on that side of the defensive end, you don't necessarily want to come inside that offensive lineman. You see C.J. Stroud takes advantage of it. Not a quarterback, you're really anticipating him, like you said, running the football often, but, he got a first down there, looked pretty nice. Dameon Pierce with his nice run as well. So overall, when that happens, though, I'm never really too mad at the defense. It's a not super mobile quarterback. He gets an open lane. It happens from time to time. Just don't let it be a habit right here.
Yeah, and the Texans, again, right there, C.J. Stroud drops back, able to escape the pressure there from Jared Verse, able to get it over there to Dalton Schultz, who's a very reliable tight end for this Houston Texans team. And this was a team last year offensively was kind of just okay, really. And Stroud back to pass again. Looking downfield, he's got another target, and that is one of the rookies right there, tackled by Cam Curl for that first down. That's Jaden Higgins, their 2nd-round pick receiver out of Iowa State, a guy who they're really, really high on, and a player who I'm looking forward to watching in this game is a guy who they really do need to cover.
Mm-hmm. And Stroud, like, he's moving. He's definitely, again, not a super mobile quarterback. That play down to his rookie, you see him staying in the pocket, but the play before that, rolling out to his left again, kind of wanting to just contain him within that pocket. If you're going to get pressure on him, keep him in the pocket. Don't let him run out and look down the field, because if he does, he's a good quarterback. He's going to find someone down the field. You saw that on the Dalton Schultz first down. Now you're seeing him in the pocket up down to his rookie. The Rams got to maybe do a little bit of contain here against C.J. Stroud, making sure you don't let him get out on the outside at all.
No, they can't. They can't. And that's definitely a good point about these other receivers. These rookies, Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel, are both really unproven, obviously, at the NFL level, guys you don't have a lot of tape on. And right there, Nick Chubb got a run of around 3 yards. And Nick Chubb's another guy who I have to watch, because if he looks anywhere close to how he looked a few years ago in Cleveland, he is definitely a dangerous player. Stroud tries to find, I believe that is Chubb again, and that is overthrown. 3rd and 7 now, 3rd and long for this Texans team, where this could be 4-down territory, being close to midfield here. So we'll see what DeMeco Ryans calls up here for this Texans team.
Nick Chubb running that rocking that number 21 jersey, very intriguing to see there. I was curious to see what number he was going to rock this year. 21, interesting choice.
It is indeed. And for this Rams defense, something to keep an eye on for this Rams defense. They were top 5 in red zone defense, 50% touchdown rate, which is really good. 3rd and 7, though, for Stroud. Pressured, he gets that out. And that is to Dalton Schultz again for a first down. Jalen McCullough and Nate Landman combine on the tackle there, but it is enough for a Texans first down. So the Rams letting up some chunky yardage here. That is around a 10-yard gain for this Texans team. Right before the hit from Byron Young and Jared Verse, Stroud able to get that out
Yeah, good hit, good pressure on the quarterback again. Byron Young and Jared Verse, they're there. They're right in his face. CJ Stroud, good quarterback, finds his safety blanket in Dalton Schultz. So, it's tough. It's you want the guys to get there faster, but the defense isn't playing bad, just kind of sits right there in the middle of the zone right there. Of course, we can talk about the linebackers.
We had a secondary blitz there actually, and a quick play there as the tackle is made there by Emmanuel Forbes. And someone in the chat, Manuel, said the secondary to step up defensively because the front line's getting close to Stroud and we need a sack. Yeah, I totally agree. The secondary does need to step up. The D line is looking good. The Texans O line, obviously, without Laramie Tunsil. Still don't know why they ever made that trade for trading away Laramie Tunsil. Didn't make sense to me at the time. Still does not make sense right now. And you see the secondary really needing to step up. But do have second and long right here. Stroud actually slips. And that is a handoff to, I believe that is Woody Marks there, that USC rookie. And that is going to be a short gain there, 3rd and 7. And Stroud just, he tripped over his own center there. And good thing he's okay, too, because sometimes their ankle can get caught up. Good thing Stroud's okay after that.
But, like Manuel was saying, to go back to that point, so what we have been saying all offseason, right? The cornerback room wasn't really addressed. Sean McVay comes out and says Emmanuel Forbes is a fourth starter for you, right? Maybe Akila Witherspoon dealing with an injury. But ultimately, that's the thing to look out for the Rams this year, right, Josh? I mean, we'll have to wait and see on how this cornerback room holds up. Can they buy enough time for the D-line to get to the quarterback? Otherwise, that pass rush isn't effective if your cornerbacks can't cover, if your linebackers can't cover as well, the tight ends over the middle of the field. Definitely something to watch all year long.
That is true. As Dalton Schultz bobbles that third down play with Cam Kinchens in coverage, we'll see if they call this a catch because he's close to the sideline. Good play by Kinchens to get the ball out, but it does fall back to the hands of Dalton Schultz, but part of his body is out of bounds. So they're calling that an incomplete pass. And we'll see the Texans with Fairbairn, the best kickers in the league, are going for the field goal here.
Bobble doesn't handle the ball until his helmet is on that white, so I don't think they would even challenge that if they wanted to. Good catch, though, by Dalton Schultz. Still
yes, it was a great play, and Fairbairn does get the field goal to go from 51 yards. So 3-0 Texans here as we approach the end of the first quarter. We have another chat from Jason. He's asking, how's things? Thank you, Jason, for asking. Things are going pretty well. We went live. We had some tech issues a little earlier, but we are live for you. We apologize again for missing the first few minutes of this game, but now that we have our tech issues figured out, this most likely will not happen again. We wanted to be live around 10 minutes before game time, but tech had other plans, but we were all good.
Things are good, but stressful. I was stressed for a bit for sure during that.
Yeah, it was a little stressful, but we are both all good now.
But no, things are good. Jason Jackson, actually, I believe he's been in the comments on our channel before. He's actually from Scotland, if I'm remembering correctly. Shout out to you, Jason, watching all the way from Scotland. Appreciate you being a Rams fan all the way out there. Appreciate you watching the game here with us. We promise as the season goes along, we're going to pick up a little bit on how this setup looks. We're obviously trying to work on getting maybe the bottom screen, maybe having a little more of stats of the day, things like that. We want to make sure we get the background going where we maybe have a live kind of motion of what's happening on the field. And then I got to figure out how I can get on the same timing as Josh because I want to make sure we're on the same page, watching the game at the same time, getting you guys the immediate update as the game goes along throughout the season. So definitely want to improve for sure, but we'll get there.
That is the goal here for these teams. But we need to set the scene for both of these teams heading into this game right now. The Rams obviously won the NFC West last year, destroyed the Vikings in Arizona. They lost to the Eagles in a close game in the divisional round, the only team to give the Eagles a fight throughout the postseason. And the Texans as well, 10-7 record, won the AFC South, lost to the Super Bowl representative of the AFC, the Chiefs, in the divisional round. So both teams coming off of playoff victories. One team in the Texans, you thought it was a little bit disappointing, even though they made it to the same spot they did the year before. And for the Rams, it was a sad end to a great season because the Rams really could have won that game, and I really think had a great shot to beat the Commanders and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. So both of these teams coming off of playoff victories. What do you think the keys are for both of them this season to make it back to the playoffs?
Well, keys for the Rams, we've talked about this all offseason. It's really been health. I mean, be healthy. If your quarterback's healthy, you have a good chance. If your O-line remains healthy, you have a good chance. I'm very curious to see the linebacker room, the cornerback rooms, how they can hold up. But everyone else on the Rams team is so solid. I think every position we have enough depth aside from cornerback and linebacker. You have depth. You have some good pieces all around this squad. It's really just staying healthy, I think, for the Rams. That was an issue last year, right? You had dealt with a little bit of injuries here and there. Just never really getting on the same page all year long. We thought the season was over, right? Middle of the year last year. It's like we all forgot about that. But first half of the season, we were not super ecstatic about how this team was playing. And then all of a sudden, they picked it up. They win a lot of games in a row. Had a really good stretch of football before the playoffs. Ended up playing incredibly well in the playoffs, taking it farther than anyone thought, putting up a great fight. As you see, this great return here.
Yes, Winnington with an amazing.
Whittington, you have flags on the field. Not going to be happy to see those flags bring the ball back, as I would expect it to be some kind of block in the back holding type of flag. We'll have to wait and see on that. But yeah,
it's on Troy Reader.
Say it again.
It's on Troy Reader.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Everyone's favorite linebacker, right?
Yes, we see the comments. Everyone's a favorite Ram. Yeah, that's a clear hold too. Yeah, I mean it's still a great return though from Winnington.
Hey,
we got to give credit to Winnington. We were wondering who was going to be returning the kickoffs. It's not Xavier Smith right now. It is Jordan Winnington, who did return kicks during his college career at Texas. So still going to be in a decent spot here.
Yeah, for sure.
For the Rams. Actually, no, they're starting all the way to 25.
I think it goes back. I think it goes back to where the hold was. He might have needed that hold. I mean, Jordan Whittington might not have got that many yards if he wasn't a hold there. But regardless, not a fan of seeing that hold on the great return. But I did want to mention real quick before we go into commentating these plays here. MM's Jr. says, "Hey Josh, it's MM's Jr. from Trivia of the Day. Appreciate you commenting that because I did see Manuel M. Zaragoza. I didn't know you were also MM's Jr. So shout out to you, Manuel, for reaching out there. You see, I saw Devontae Adams drop here. The ball was poked out. It wasn't just a drop. Jason Jackson says hello to both Joshes. Jam with a huge breakup. Oh, Cam with a huge breakup. I was like, Jam.
Cam, big breakup there. Stafford on 2nd and 10 to Kyren falls forward for a couple, and we may have an injury. Steve Avila's a little slow to get up, but he is going to get up though, which is a good sign to see here for this O-line. 3rd and 7 here as we wind down the first quarter. The Rams will have to snap this ball with 23 seconds left on the play clock. Right now in 3rd and 7, type right now in the chat, what do you think they should do? You think they're going to go for a pass? Or they're going to go for a type of fake or a run? What do you think they're going to go for here?
Early in the year, I always typically see teams go with the run here. They want to play it safe for some reason. I would love to see them throw the football. Let's see Devontae Adams down the field, Puka Nacua down the field, try to get this first.
Stafford to Nacua. Nacua spins forward there for a first down.
There we go.
Great play there
we go.
By Puka Nacua, being able to get the ball there. Making sure he's okay after he took a little bit of a hit. There's a flag on the field, so we'll see if that flag is from the hit. And we'll see if they do take Puka to the tent.
Yeah, from my view here, it looks like a helmet-to-helmet hit. Might have been what the flag was called as well. Coleman Shelton checking in with Puka Nacua on my view here. I'm a little bit behind Josh. But yeah, that might be the flag there. Helmet-to-helmet straight on with Puka Nacua. You let me know what they're updating on your side.
Yeah, that's what they call 2 helmet-to-helmet hits, actually. One from C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Oh, and Puka got cut, actually. He's bleeding on the side of his face. So he is actually going back into the locker room as this third quarter winds down. So let's see. The first quarter winds down, I should say. But we do have a first. Yeah, he took 2 hits there. One towards the side of his helmet.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're seeing that now. Yeah, you can see the blood on the side of his face.
My goodness.
Yeah, that shouldn't be anything too crazy. Hopefully just gets some stitches and can come back in. But
the concern there with the helmet, I mean, it's back-to-back helmet-to-helmet hits. Don't love to see that to Puka Nacua. Not a fan, not ideal.
No, not ideal there whatsoever. A great pass there from Stafford to get that first down, but right now as we head into the second quarter, the running game for the Rams not really doing too much. Right now, I'm going to get the box score.
Yeah, well, Josh does that. I like Whittington at returning kicks. Yeah, no, I like that too as well. Jason, appreciate you commenting. And then we had Manuel MM's Jr. saying it used to be third and Kupp, now it's third and Nacua. Yeah, he's probably going to be the consistent safety blanket for Matthew Stafford. I think ultimately we're going to see Devontae Adams more like that downfield threat. Throw the ball up, hope Devontae Adams is down there somewhere type of player. For Matthew Stafford, just that relationship's already built and established there with Puka Nacua. He's probably going to continue to feed Puka Nacua as often as he can. So that's what I'm expecting this year, all year long. Puka to still be a heavy receptions guy, but we'll see. Dealing with the injury right now, bleeding from the head. He should be okay. I think they're going to want to check him for that concussion protocol though, because like I said, he got banged up pretty hard
Yeah,
there.
he did.
But
Both of those were quite hard hits. And for the Rams right now, looking at the rushing stats, the Rams have 8 total rushing yards. Kyren, 3 carries for only 7 yards. Puka had that 1 carry for 1 yard. So the Rams rushing attack not really doing too much here at the end of the first quarter. I'm interested to see, what do you think we'll be seeing out of Blake Corum and Jarquez Hunter throughout this game?
it's interesting. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on Jarquez Hunter. I mean, it's kind of hard to get 3 running backs involved. I think Kyren Williams, you paid him the money. I think a lot of people can underrate that aspect of it. When a player gets a contract, people in the building want to see him on the field. They want to see him touching the football. I mean, Blake Corum's still in a rookie contract. Jarquez Hunter's still in a rookie contract. So you're not going to expect to see those guys often throughout the year, but I do think it's important. I talk about this over and over again in the Rams Digest daily videos, right? We want to see these guys get more involved, not just because we want to see what they can do. We want to see a change of pace at the running back. We want to make sure that Kyren Williams is healthy and fresh when the playoffs start, right? So we cannot have those fumbling issues as the year goes on. You don't want to see a tired Kyren Williams out there once playoffs start. So that's definitely what I want to see here. I want to see Blake Corum and Jarquez Hunter just get a couple of touches. Give Kyren Williams a little bit of a break throughout the game and see what these guys can do at the same time. But overall, I think when you pay the guy money, you're probably going to want to see him with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, they're showing another replay of Puka, and you can see the helmet there got in on his face. So definitely trying to make sure he's okay. There is the quick throw to Parkinson goes for only 2 yards. So 2nd and 8 now for this Rams team. Let's see what they try to run here. They are going to go back to Kyren, and Kyren gets some good yardage. It's going to be 3rd and short here. Just out of field goal range, though, I believe, right now. So they are going to need to get this one. And Jason said in the chat, it is Tutu time. I want to see what Tutu can do as well. He was paid $10 million for a reason. When you have a $10 million price tag, I want to see him make some plays. And Whittington gets wide open, tries to make a move. He's going to be shoved out of bounds at the 6, 1st and goal. But we do have a flag here, though, for this Rams team. Let's see who this flag is on in general. Let's see. I think the ref says it's coming back.
Yeah, usually when a player makes that big of a play, there's a flag on the field, something happened.
Yes, it's holding on Tyler Higbee.
Exactly. Well, yeah, might not have been the reason why Whittington got open. Looks good there. I mean, Whittington.
Let's see. Yeah, that's definitely a hold up.
Whittington is a guy who definitely we got to keep an eye on this year. A lot of fans want to see him play, want to see him get the football. You see why right there. I mean, that holding didn't really have much to do with the play itself. Whittington just got open, right? I mean,
He did very much. The 3rd and 12 now, all the way back in midfield. So definitely out of field goal range here. Want to get at least 8 or 9, even have a shot here at kicking a field goal. And then Manuel said I'd rather have them have a holding call than hit Stafford. I agree.
At this point right now,
He does take a big shot there, though. Let's see how he responds. He does get right back up. So he looks like he's okay after that, which is a great sign. As the Rams are going to come up empty yet again here. Great pressure there. That was from Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter. But both of them don't end up getting to the quarterback. It's number 90 who ends up getting there over to the quarterback. So the Rams now forced to punt, though, but with Ethan Evans, let's see if he can pin him down inside the 10 yet again.
Unfortunate for sure. That holding call definitely big time. I know Higbee, again, didn't want to see Matthew Stafford get hit. As you said, he got hit again. I'm not looking at that replay now, but ultimately not beautiful when you're going from within the 6 2 yard line to now punting the football down 3. Not the greatest turn of events there, but ultimately Rams still in this game 3-0. They're not playing too poorly right now. I'm not mad at what I'm seeing from the Rams, as Ethan Evans did not pin them back. They're going to start the football on the 25-yard line.
Yeah, this was going to be a touchback. The Rams in Ethan Evans' leg, too strong on that punt there. And Manuel again said in the chat, we all know that Stafford is legendary for his toughness. We just don't want to see that. Yeah, Stafford's going to be tough. He's going to try to tough it out. But then again, with that existing back injury, you just need to really be cautious on every single hit just to see how exactly he's going to respond. But he responded very well there with the first hit of the season that he ended up taking.
Per Adam Schefter on Twitter, just got a notification here. Rams receiver Puka Nacua being evaluated for a concussion. So yes, they went back and saw the blood, dealing with the blood. They are now going to evaluate him for a concussion. Rightfully so. I don't want to see it. I'm hoping he's not going to go into the concussion protocol and have to be out for a bit. But definitely after those two, again, helmet to helmet hits, not something you really want to see.
No, yeah, not at all. Definitely the right move though from Adam Schefter. And then Jason again in the chat says, I agree. Old boy always seems to get open. Winnington. Yeah. Winnington does seem to get open quite a bit. The hold, as Josh mentioned, I do agree, didn't really have too much to do with the overall play. So I get that you have to call it, but at the same time, it didn't really amount to much during the overall play there, though.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a new chatter from
Go ahead.
Jesus50. It says, we need to cut Private Pal from our special teams.
You talking about...
Yeah.
Who's you talking about there? Private Pal?
Yeah, I don't know what you mean about Private Pal.
Talking about Troy Reader somehow, some way, and is it a joke that I'm not missing?
Is this a Troy Reader joke that I don't understand?
Dumb penalty so far. Yeah, I think Rubio, thank you for being a new chatter here. Definitely a couple of annoying penalties. I don't want to say they're 100% dumb. I mean, like Tyler Higbee, again, pulling down a defender. Is Stafford going to get hit there? You don't want to see that. Wide open play, I know, but I think ultimately it might have been a tough throw for Stafford with a guy in his lap, if that was the case. So it's okay. You live with it here and there. The run back with Troy Reader, definitely a frustrating hold. Again, don't know if Whittington gets that many yards without that hold, but still frustrating to see nonetheless. Definitely got to clean those penalties up so far.
Yes, they do. Texans, with their first down play, they throw the ball to Nico Collins. They get around 5-6 yards, 2nd and 4. Pretty simple play on the screen here for the Texans. 3-0 game. If you're just joining us, midway, we're just underway here in the second quarter. We got around 12:50 to go before halftime. Rams trying to get on the board. Both defenses playing pretty well, though, so far. Byron Young has pressure, and he brings C.J. Stroud down for the sack. First sack of the year for the Rams goes to Byron Young. Great play there as the fans go crazy in SoFi.
You knew one of these guys was going to get to C.J. Stroud eventually. I mean, this defensive line, again, this is what we want to see from them. We want to see them continue to grow upon what they had to end last year. 9 sacks in one game. I mean, you're not going to get that every time, but we want to see this pressure here. Byron Young, I mean, he's just too big, too strong to deal with. And that's just how good this defensive line is. Byron Young, a forgotten, unsung hero, if you will, on this D-line. See the Rams fans all wearing those Jared Verse jerseys, it looked like.
Yes, 3rd and 16 now. Stroud with a quick pass. That is not going to nearly be enough. It's going to be around 4th and 8, 4th and 9. And Manuel M. again said Agent Zero was sack number 1, and Rubio got him. Yes, we did. And then Jason says Reader again. Don't know what Reader did.
He was talking about the Private Pal. Might have been talking about the Private Pal message earlier.
Yeah, we're gonna do some research on the Private Pal so that we understand it. But Xavier Smith back to return this punt. That is something to note. Jordan Whittington not back there. It is Xavier Smith who is about to return this punt here for the Rams.
Yeah, Xavier Smith, a guy who definitely made a name for himself in the preseason, made some good plays, forced himself upon this roster. Really didn't give the coaching staff a chance to not keep him on the roster with how well he played. Good to see him out there getting an opportunity on the punt returning game.
That's true. He calls a fair catch there at the 19-yard line. That is where the Rams are going to start with Matthew Stafford coming back out. And someone else said in the chat, Joseph, thank you for chatting, said Puka gets hurt too much. I mean, rookie year, he was fully healthy. Second year, he dealt with a little bit of a knee. I mean, this you can't really control. He got hit twice in the head.
But
So there's nothing really done about that.
he is a physical receiver. I mean, that is something that someone pointed out recently is how long can this guy really play as well as he does? He just likes to play football. He's a football player. He likes to hit guys. He likes to get hit. He doesn't mind. I mean, he's a tough guy. So that's definitely one of the key parts of Puka Nacua's game that he maybe needs to work on. You know, like look like a guy like Tyler Lockett with his longevity. What did he do? He literally drops down and dives onto the ground every single time he's about to get hit, runs out of bounds any chance he gets because he knows he wants to avoid those big-time hits if he can.
Yeah, that is true. We do have a chat from Jesus again. Thank you. And that it says Steve Avila is now in the tent as well. I'm trying to see here from...
Yeah, I got the Rams have posted injury updates here. We got receiver Puka Nacua being evaluated for a concussion, questionable to return. We also have Colby Parkinson, shoulder, also questionable to return. That's from the official Rams Twitter, retweeted by Ian Rappaport. I'm not seeing anything about Steve Avila yet.
I am right now, actually. We have JB Long. He did play-by-play for the Rams preseason. It says Bo Limmer is in at left guard for the Rams' third drive as Steve Avila heads to the locker room. Got rolled up on a Kyren run during the prior drive. And Steve Avila as well is another guy who had some injury concerns last year for this O-line. So definitely something to keep an eye on. Steve Avila already getting injured there. Signing Coleman Shelton allowed him to move back to guard. So they do at least have Bo Limmer, who started a lot of games last year, as I see Jesus as well in the chat. Thank you. Steve Avila is going to the locker room. So what does this mean now with a backup left guard in for the Rams for at least right now? We'll have to see whether Nacua, Steve Avila, and Parkinson are able to come back into this game.
And did you say Coleman Shelton was in at left guard or now Bo Limmer in at left guard?
No, Bo Limmer's in at left guard.
Interesting there. Interesting. Obviously, you're drafting last year to be your hopeful be your center, not your starting center anymore. Lost his job to Coleman Shelton. We'll have to wait and see, but this is what we just talked about, right? I mean, injuries are part of the game, but losing your star left guard, it's not just a random offensive lineman. It's a good player on your offensive line in Steve Avila, hoping that he is okay. He got up, looked okay after he was a little banged up on that play, but ultimately is heading back to the locker room and check it out. We'll have to wait and see. It's part of the game, though. Next man up, right? It's kind of what we the reason why you want to have depth on this team at all positions. You never know. Injuries can pop up at any second.
That is true. And Stafford to Adams. Adams ends up dropping a pass there for 2nd and 10. Normally the sure-handed Adams dropping, as now we have the injury updates here. Avila's questionable with an ankle injury, and Parkinson is questionable with a shoulder injury. So those are the official injury reports from the CBS broadcast right now. Those are the injuries those guys are dealing with.
Bo Limmer, a capable offensive lineman. I mean, for sure. And I'm watching that drop now from Davante Adams. Definitely just a little bit of a low pass. You don't want a pass to be at the knees, but ultimately a little bit of a drop from Davante Adams. Let him and Stafford get acquainted. You know, let's be patient on this.
Yes. Yeah, 2nd and 10. They went to Adams again. Stafford overthrows that one. So 3rd down and long here. One play where Adams most likely should have caught that pass, but another play where Stafford just overthrows him here. Makes a nice move on Stingley, but it's just a little bit overthrown for Davante Adams.
Both defenses came to play today, playing very well, running all over the football field.
Oh, and Stafford ends up dropping the snap, but he ends up getting it back, and Will Anderson gets him down, but before he gets into the end zone, so it was not a safety here for the defense. Good play there by Stafford. High snap there from Coleman Shelton. Stafford able to run back, pick it up, and Will Anderson's able to drag him down, but it is not a safety.
Insane. I'm delayed, but insane that that's how far the snap went. Very, very close to a safety. Wow.
Yeah, so we have Manuel in the chat again saying, I'm not sure why we are not running the ball more. I agree. Again, 3rd and 10, you're not going to run the ball, but on 1st downs, I would definitely like to see us run the ball. As Ethan Evans' big leg from his own end zone gets it to the 44. See about the return. This is Jalen Noel, the other rookie, and good special teams coverage there by Sean Dolak, able to get him down.
These defenses came to play, like I said. I mean, even on that snap, yes, it's a bad snap over the head, but I mean, the fact that the defensive line was just already on top of Stafford as he was picking up that football is incredible. These defenses are here and ready, and that's what we were talking about pregame. We wanted to see what this offensive line can do. Could they hold up against this defensive line? So far, not so great. Want to see them run the football a little bit more. But so far, for the Texans, 4 first downs, 5 first downs for the Rams. So it doesn't even feel like it, but the Rams being a little more efficient in that factor. Third down efficiency as well, 3 for 6 from the Rams versus 2 for 5 from the Houston Texans. No fourth down tries yet. 18 plays each for both offenses. You got 1 sack allowed here for the Texans. Overall, I mean, these teams are just good defenses right now. Good defense so far. And it's kind of what you expect week 1, right? You don't expect the offenses to be super crisp. We want to see Kyren Williams get the football. Like you said earlier, maybe Blake Corum touches the football a little bit, gets some change of pace with Jarquez Hunter. Want to see that mixed in a little bit more, hopefully, as this game continues.
Yeah, we do. We do. And something to keep an eye on here, the rushing yards. The Rams have 6 carries for 15 yards. So not really doing anything rushing-wise. The Texans have only 1 more carry, but 8 more yards, 23 more yards already. So this Rams team, the rushing offense does need to get better in order for them to have a real shot here at winning this game. And outside of Puka Nacua, only Devonta Adams, Kyren Williams, Colby Parkinson are the only other ones with catches, and they have 7 total yards combined outside of Puka Nacua's 23. So someone else is going to have to step up in case Puka Nacua cannot come back into this game. And Rubio in the chat said, gotta run, especially down a wide receiver, tight end, and no lineman. Yes, they do need to run the ball more.
Trying to see if I can figure out how to get this. Maybe I get a CBS broadcast on my iPad here or something. Want to make sure I'm on there with you live.
All good. That's definitely a good idea here. And for this Texans team, again, the Texans offense not really doing too much either. If we look at this, I mean, CJ Stroud does have 63 passing yards. So he's doing well there, 7 for 10 for 63 yards, but it's not really amounting to much besides that one drive where they ended up kicking a long field goal. The offenses haven't done too much, and Puka Nacua is back on the sideline with a bandage there above his eye. So let's see if he is coming back into the game or not. Texans first down, run play, they get around 5. That's Nick Chubb there on the carry. Puka Ford has entered the game here for the Rams to try to help with the run defense.
I think that's definitely a huge addition. I've been saying this all offseason long. I mean, we have not talked about him too much this offseason, but Puka Ford is going to.
Well, Nick Chubb sorry to interrupt you, but Nick Chubb just found a seam and got around 15 yards there on that second down carry. Now it's going to be 1st and 10. So right when Puka Ford comes into the game, Nick Chubb actually finds a seam and gets a good blocking here from the O-line.
I'll watch this play right now in a sec. But, yeah, no, I just think Puka Ford, and not even just for his run stopping. I mean, his sheer strength and size is definitely an important addition to this defense. As you see him he was there close by and making that tackle on Chubb. But I think overall he's just going to be that one of those players that we are definitely happy the Rams went out and signed in just a couple of weeks. You'll see him make some big-time plays for the Rams all year long, whether that's in the run game or even putting some pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, for sure. As we also have Nick Chubb going for a few more yards there. 2nd and 7, around halfway done through this second quarter here. 8:30 left until halftime. 3-0 game for just joining us here for the Rams. And Jason said Rams need to run the ball to open up the pass. Yeah, I totally agree. They're not really meshing that well. The Chargers did that so well against the Chiefs on Friday, using the run to open up the pass, which the Texans are trying to do now on 2nd and 7. Well, and that's a good stop there by Nate Landman and Cam Kitchens on Nick Chubb to force 3rd down.
To your point on that, though, the Chargers were actually slinging the football around. They were throwing the football a lot with Justin Herbert, trusting that quarterback, which, of course, you want to see that happen a little bit every now and then with Matthew Stafford. But I think you need some help from your running game right now. Right now, let's just wait to see if the Rams can hold the Texans to just 3, keep this a 1-score game. As a nice little run stop there. We're in third and 3 maybe.
Mm-hmm. 3rd and 3, the Texans go for it. I don't think they get it. They're about a yard short. Let's see if they go for it or they kick a field goal here. What do you think they're going to do?
I think they might be aggressive here. I mean, they've been moving the football on this drive. Why not be aggressive? What is 3 points going to do for you? Still keep it a 1-possession game. If I'm Houston, I'm going for it and testing the Rams defense here.
It is 4th and 2, not 4th and 1. 16 left on the play clock. Let's see what they do.
I would expect a little play action, maybe roll out with Stroud. Looking for his tight end, Dalton Schultz here.
He actually does a sneak. Let's see if he's going to get it. Let's see where the spot is. Let's see.
Not what I would have expected at all.
I think they're bringing out the chains. Let's see.
Watching the replay here because I'm a little delayed. Let's see what it looks like. I'll tell you what I think now. Surprise sneak though. Maybe that was a goal there. Defense was not ready for a sneak. I think he got that.
They do get the first down.
I think he got that. Yeah, he got that pretty easily from the rewatching the play. Defense was not in a position to prepare for that QB sneak.
No. Stroud drops back. Oh, almost picked. Good play there by Nate Landman at the last second to bat that ball away from Nico Collins.
What did I say? What did I say about Nate Landman? I told you guys you were going to like Nate Landman, the addition here. I'm staying married to Nate Landman because I remember my video had a couple comments about saying it was clickbait that I said he was a sneaky pickup. And I was like, no, I think he's genuinely a sneaky pickup. And making a play there. Like to see that.
2nd and 10 now for the Texans. You're in chip shot field goal range now if they cannot get this first down. Hand it off to Pierce, who's going to get around 3. It's going to be 3rd and long here for this Texans offense.
Can we mention for a second, I know not everyone here plays fantasy football, but for those fantasy football players out there, this is always the most frustrating part of fantasy football. Right here in the red zone, my heart is telling me, please get a stop. Don't do anything, Houston. Kick a field goal. But I wouldn't mind a Nico Collins touchdown either.
Oh, you got Nico. See, so for me in fantasy, I have the Texans defense. So right now I'm ecstatic fantasy wise, but offensively, not doing it as not doing too great because I have Matthew Stafford as one of my quarterbacks. I'm in a 3-quarterback league. I have 2 starters. Oh, another sack for the defense, and that's a fumble, and that was Jalen McCullough from the secondary blitz getting the sack there.
I like that. I like using our safeties, mixing it up a little bit. Never really what you expect as an offense for a safety to come off the corner.
Let's see. Does the ball come out? He was down after the ball came out. That will not be a fumble.
Blindside sack. You love to see it. It looks like they're going to hold them to 3 here. Great stand by the defense. Again, ultimately, that field position was not great for the defense.
And the kick is barely good. I thought that was going to miss for a second. It curves in the last second. Now 6-0 Texans, but again, a good stand by the Rams defense. The red zone defense, again, I mentioned it. Top 5 in red zone defense last year, and that is holding up for this Rams defense. And for the Texans, actually, they were 26th in red zone offense as well last year. So that was a big struggle for this Texans team here.
Yeah. No, this is what you want to see from the Rams defense. Again, ultimately, like you said, barely good in that kick. I'm watching it here. Ultimately, they're not going to get 9 sacks every game, but you want to see them continuing to put that pressure on the quarterback. You want to see them mix up those edge rushers. You want to see maybe the safeties come off the edge, right, and sack a quarterback every now and then. You want to see this defense make plays. Don't make it so Matthew Stafford has to put up 40 points every game, but we know this offense is good. We know this offense can put up 30 to 40 points a game. They're not showing it right now necessarily, but we know that's what they can do. They have the talent to do it. We got to wait, be patient a couple weeks. If they're healthy, this offense can score points. Can the defense hold the other opponent to some lower scoring games. That's kind of what we want to see from this defense. As you see Manuel MM's Jr. saying, me screaming at Coach McVay to run the ball like I used to yell at Kobe to pass to Shaq back in the days. Nice little Lakers reference there. Appreciate you. Jason Jackson saying it was close. Not sure exactly which particular player you're talking about, Jason, but yeah, MM's Jr. I was joking with some people the other day, like nothing like saying all year long, like, I'm excited to watch football, but, nothing crazy. And then just now screaming at your TV again. We're back in our living rooms just going crazy watching the football again. I love it. I missed it so much. I just need it to be colder in LA. For those who are not in LA, it is not cold at all. And I need to wake up and be a chilly Sunday morning with a nice little cup of hot coffee watching some football. That's what I'm waiting for.
A chilly 60-degree morning.
Yeah, exactly. Rubio says LFG time to go get some points and hopefully grab that lead. Yeah, great stop by the defense. Floyd saying they really need to try to get that run established. Agreed there. I think we're all on the same page. Jason saying we will lead the league in sacks. That's the hope with this defense, right? We talk about Jared Verse only having 4.5 sacks last year. I say only. That was enough to get him Defensive Rookie of the Year, the award. So obviously good enough for sure. But we want to see him get up to 10, right? Get double-digit sacks. That'd be great. See what Braden Fisk can do as well. Maybe a guy like Puka Nacua can get a couple in there. Kobe Turner gets a couple in there. And all of a sudden, you may be leading the league in sacks sooner rather than later.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And Floyd as well here says they really need to get that run established. Yes, I do agree with you, Floyd. And Floyd, we see you commenting on a lot of our videos, so we do just want to say thank you for your comments and your support.
Floyd is a daily, every single day almost. I don't know how many you've missed, Floyd, but not many. Trivia of the day player there, so appreciate you, Floyd. And then we had Jason Jackson saying Agent Zero with 19 leads the league. That would be impressive. He's already started with 1, right? Today, Byron Young, 1 sack. So would love to see how many he can get this year. Rubio saying, whose house? Rams house.
Yes, Rams house. And speaking of Rams house, Puka Nacua is back in the Rams house at SoFi. He is back on the field for this Rams team.
Well, just looking at that view of SoFi State, look at everyone's hype to see him. I saw someone slap him on the back of the pads there as he ran out there. Looked like Parkinson hyping him up. But overall, that stadium looks really packed today. A lot of Rams fans excited to be back, right? Football's back. I think everyone's excited. I don't know how many Houston Texans fans are in the building, but looks like it's a packed out stadium out there in Inglewood.
Manuel says I only comment trivia today, but watch every episode. Hey, that's okay, Manuel. Thank you for watching. I try to do the trivia of the days myself. I've been on a cold streak lately, I'll be honest. I've been on a cold streak. I was on a hot streak a month ago, but now I'm on a cold streak. Stafford goes deep over the middle of the field to Nacua right when he comes back in for the first down.
Love to see Nacua on the field healthy. Yeah, I think Josh and I have to get on the same page again. We want to make sure. I want you can do the trivia of the days as well. I can shoot you some ideas. We can just be every episode now doing trivia of the day. That might be a thing moving forward.
Yeah, we got to get on that. And Craig in chat says Rams fan cheering from New York. Love that, Craig. Love to see the LA fandom transferring over to New York.
What a throw. Puka did take a little bit of another big hit, man. People like hitting Puka Nacua, apparently. I got to say real quick, Craig, as Josh will probably interrupt me with a play right now, but East Coast sports is brutal. I cannot imagine it being 5:30 right now for the afternoon games. I mean, that's kind of tough. I must say. What's your opinion on East Coast time zones, Josh, watching football?
Yeah, it's annoying. I was in Florida when Herbert and the Chargers blew the 27-0 lead against the Jaguars. I was not in Jacksonville. I was in South Florida, but I was watching that game, and I look at my phone, and I'm like, it's 11:45, and the game just ended.
Yes. Well,
and I'm like,
that season opener, Cowboys-Eagles, the whole time, the game goes into delay, and I just kept thinking, there's no way I would be awake on the East Coast watching this football game. It's a great game, don't get me wrong, but it was 11:30 when the game kind of came back from the delay. It was insane.
I know, yeah, that game ended. Yeah, that game ended way too late there. As Kyren Williams, by the way, just got a nice run for a first down. We had a lot of different antics in that game. We had some spit flying, we had some raindrops coming down. We had everything going in that one.
Offensive line clearing a nice hole for Kyren Williams, like you said. I mean, we like it. Delayed handoff. Kyren getting a first down on a 2nd and 8. Running up the middle, bouncing outside. I mean, you love to see that effort from Kyren.
Yes, as Rubio says, KW23. Yes, we needed that. 1st and 10 here now from the 30.5, and the Rams call a timeout with the play clock winding down. Nope, it's the 2-minute warning, actually. 2-minute warning. We have a 6-0 game. Texans still on top. And then Craig just put in chat about the East Coast time. It is brutal with games that start at 8. Yeah, especially on a Sunday night or a Monday night when you have work the next day. That's definitely it's definitely rough.
And it's not even starting with that. I mean, you tell me, Craig, how it is. But, like, I personally can't imagine waking up, having to do stuff in the morning. Like, you have to wait for football. You have to wait until 1 p.m. I would hate that. Obviously, you're able to maybe get some chores done or whatever. But nothing better than on the West Coast. You wake up. I'm waking up Sunday morning. I'm waking up at 9 a.m., 9:30. Check my fantasy lineup. Like I said, pick up some breakfast, make some coffee, buy some coffee, whatever. Get back in my pajamas, sit on my couch, and watching football by 10 a.m. I mean, nothing better than that.
No, there isn't. There isn't. There really isn't anything better than that. And even like NBA too. Like if you're a West Coast fan lives on the East Coast, like if you're a Lakers fan, let's say, NBA games don't start till 7:30 Pacific time. You're waiting until 10:30 to watch the Lakers play every night.
Yeah, exactly. I really just literally can't imagine that. I was in Dallas once, and I was on vacation. Lakers playing. Decided to watch the game on TV. Not even lying to you, I was falling asleep third quarter, and it was like 9:30 p.m., 10 p.m. maybe. I don't know what time. I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go to sleep. Right now, Jason watching this football game. I think he said Scotland, right, Jason? He is. It's 10:30 p.m. We're talking hating on East Coast time. Imagine being a Scottish football fan. That might be pretty tough.
Yeah, that's another. I mean, at least by when the game doesn't actually end. You just can't watch Sunday night football though. Sunday night football, you're done.
Exactly.
And then Joseph says, "How I feel about West Coast mob trips. The games aren't over till after midnight." Yeah, I mean, it is definitely. If you're an East Coast sports fan, then you're fine. Games are at 1. You're done with your team. But if you're a West Coast fan on the East, it's definitely rough to watch your teams. As we have another one from Rye who says, "I'm impressed with how the Rams got rid of Kupp because he was aging and signed an even older receiver." Well, I understand where you're coming from on that. It was definitely interesting to see them sign Devontae after they got rid of Kupp because he was aging. But Devontae had been better than Kupp for that last year. Right now, it's not looking it. Right now, it hasn't been too great from him. But
Like I said, I think we got to be patient with that. I think we have to let them kind of really find a groove with one another. I think these are two superstar athletes that need to kind of get on the same page. I mean, remember, Stafford was hurt all preseason, all training camp. So I mean, he wasn't really.
yes. And I do need to interrupt you real quick with the play because we had a big play, Stafford and Nacua all the way to the 6-yard line here for 1st and goal, but we do have a flag down. Let's see if it is. Let's see if it is pass interference or if it's a unnecessary roughness penalty. Because if so, they'll be at the 3 for 1st and goal.
What a throw! What a play! Another huge hit. Puka Nacua takes this guy, man. Feed him the football.
Yeah, he has been absolutely awesome as we got the replay coming up. Runs his route. No one's really even on him. Yeah, it takes another huge shoulder hit there again. Right there. We have Lassiter coming towards him. Bullock is the one who ends up hitting him. And Puka celebrates with Kyren. And then Rubio says should have been helmet to helmet. Yeah, it's close whether it was a for sure helmet to helmet play. As we do have a timeout, though, on the field. And they said no penalty. Floyd says no penalty. Is now we do have 1st and goal, though, for this Rams team. And we have Mumfield, the 7th-round rookie, Konate Mumfield, making his NFL debut here in this red zone package. Let's see if they go to him and he gets the touchdown. Wouldn't that be pretty cool?
That would be pretty awesome to see. But going back to that play, no flag from Floyd. I don't think he means no penalty. There's no flag was thrown. Another helmet to helmet on Puka Nacua. I mean, tough. This guy is getting beat up today in week 1.
Yes, he is. As Winnington takes the end around on the sideline. Good play getting him out of bounds there at the 2 by the Texans defense. Second and goal.
Sorry if my reactions are delayed, folks. I am on a delay, as a lot of you guys can probably relate to being on a delay. I hate that it's so much of a delay, though. I'm watching on Paramount Plus. It's supposed to be CBS Live.
Yeah, I don't know why you're having that issue there, but we do have second and goal. Josh, what do you think the play is going to be here?
Second and goal, I would anticipate another run. Let's see if we can get Kyren the ball up the middle. See if we can just use our strength of that offensive line to get in the end zone.
And it looks like we're going to be evaluating Puka again for something.
I'm telling you, those helmets are not. It's not. They're not. He's not. They're not hitting him lightly. They're not hitting him lightly on week 1.
Now, no, Jesus says Winnington looks like a beast at wide receiver.
He's so fast. He's just so fast. I mean,
he is. He is.
Oh, I think he might be some blood. Might be some blood again for Puka. That's the way they're.
Yeah, looks like it. Looks like it.
That's the way they're running away. Might have saw some blood dripping.
And the Rams, let's see. Kyren, it's close. It's close. Let's see where they spot him.
Did they
they're saying he did not get it.
Did they feed Kyren up the middle?
Yeah, Kyren went up the middle.
Give it to him again.
Let's see. Let's see. Does he get it? Replay.
I'm watching it live here. I'm watching my live play here. He's down. Oof. Final little stretch. He might have gotten that. What do you think?
That's definitely close.
He does get stuffed. Looks like he makes the final little dive attempt toward the end zone.
No, he did not make it. It's third and goal, though. Scoreboard error.
Might just give it to him again.
On that one.
I might just give it to him again.
Or you maybe, I would say a QB sneak, but with Stafford's back, I don't know if that is the right idea here.
Oh, he's there.
Let's see what they end up doing here. Third and goal from the half. It is going to be a QB sneak. And that's going to be close yet again.
Well, if you had any questions on Matthew Stafford and his back, maybe those questions are answered right there with how confident the Rams feel about him and what his rehab has done the last couple of weeks. You don't QB sneak with your quarterback on week 1. He doesn't
get it.
You don't do QB sneak with your quarterback week 1 if you're afraid of his back.
No, you don't. Fourth and goal. I think he kind of did get over the plane, though.
Yeah.
At a certain point, but let's see what he does. Craig says, go for it, hand the ball off to Kyren.
Yeah, stop giving it to... Stafford, at this point, you're inches away. Maybe you do another QB sneak, but I'm scared. I'm not in the building. I don't know what's going on. I don't know the details about Stafford's back, but I do not like him going for a QB sneak. Someone lands on him awkwardly. Don't like it.
No, I don't either. Fourth and goal. Rams do take a timeout, so let's see what they do here. What do you think they're going to do coming out of this timeout?
I want to see them feed Kyren. It's tough. You're an inch away. Maybe you throw Jimmy G in there for a QB sneak just to protect Stafford. That's my mindset. It's tough because in this situation, you're so close to the goal line. You don't want to have to go backwards a couple of yards to hand off to your running back, make it a 3-4 yard attempt all of a sudden. So definitely not what you want to do if you're this close. I think you want to go QB sneak, but do you want to do it again with Stafford? Don't like it. So I would anticipate them going Kyren Williams. I wouldn't shotgun Stafford, but we'll have to wait and see. I wonder if you could, maybe you should get on the same delay as me. Maybe that'll help.
Fourth and goal, Kyren gets in.
There we go.
Touchdown, LA.
There we go.
Tie game.
We take it. That's what it should have been the first time. Why put your quarterback in harm's way? It's okay. I get it. You're trying to be aggressive. Your quarterback's a tough guy, but hey, a touchdown's a touchdown. Kyren Williams, baby. He's back.
Yes, needed to get into the end zone here in the half. The Texans do have, I believe, all 3 timeouts and a little over 50 seconds left. So the Rams do still need to play defense here to end this half because you want to end this half with the lead, assuming Josh McCarthy makes the extra point, as I believe he will.
I like that they went the pitch there. Unique, interesting, unexpected, right? When you're on the goal line that close, what did I say? I said QB sneak. I said around the middle. They went with a creative pitch, by the way. It was a nice, fancy little play. I like that. By the way, look out for down the road. We talked about Devontae Adams being that key addition here for the Rams. Great blocking on that run by Kyren Williams. But you talk about Devontae Adams being that great addition. I think within 5 yards, you might see some throwback Stafford, Megatron type of plays down the road. I would love to see them just fade route one-on-one, let your receiver go get the football plays throughout this year. That's why you got Devontae Adams, I think. But overall, they play it smart there. Get the lead 7-6. Love to see it. Like you said, 53 seconds. Let's not do any have any stupid penalties here. Let's not put yourself in harm's way. Let's just play it smart. Hold them to 0 points. I want to see 0 points put up in this last 53 seconds from the Rams defense. I think they'll get it done. I don't think Houston will be too aggressive here. TD23 Jr. says, hey, Zeus says QB with a bad back doing a QB sneak. Agree with you there. Very questionable call. But again, I look at it as two ways. One, I'm like, hey, I wouldn't do that. Don't do that. But I appreciate a little bit because I'm thinking, okay, they're showing us they are confident in his back. Stafford showing us he's confident in his back. So that's a good sign. It just feels like an unnecessary risk. It's the second quarter. I mean, what are we doing? If it's fourth quarter, trying to win the game, go QB sneak, but it's a little risky here this early in the game.
Yeah. I agree, by the way. And Sean Dolak, if you didn't see, just made another great special teams tackle. I'd personally like to see him out there. I don't know about you, but I'd love to see him out there as part of this defense heading into the second half. What do you think about that?
Say again. I'm reading. I'm over here reading Jr.'s chat about the lottery. I have something to say about that, but go ahead, say what you said.
Oh no, you're all good. You're all good. I was saying Sean Dolak made another great play on special teams.
Love it. Love to see it. I see him there getting hyped with the teammates now. So you want to see. That's what you want to see from Sean Dolak right now. He's building a name for himself in special teams, and that's what you want to see from players like him, undrafted. This is what he has to do to get on the field. He's putting in the work right now and understands if he balls out in special teams, he'll get the opportunity as a linebacker. And I think he'll get that opportunity sooner rather than later if he keeps making plays like this on special teams. Tuddy here from Rubio. Nice block by Puka. Yes, agreed there. Rubio says Houston only has one timeout. Definitely an important note there. Let's go from Jason Johnson.
Oh, big play there for the Texans. Great pass right there to Hutchinson. Gain of over 20 for this Texans offense there. Good pass from Stroud, but that is not what you want to see as a Rams fan. As Texans are pretty much right at midfield now.
And that first play there, too, you think you're in a good spot. I think that's probably what slowed the Rams down. That hurry-up offense, not what they expected. 20 seconds left. You don't expect an aggressive Stroud. He does go aggressive, wide open. How is he so open? Don't like that.
Yeah, not great coverage there from this Rams defense.
Matt Jr., though, says Josh wants 0 points. I want the winning lotto numbers. I agree with you there. By the way, I won the lottery. I won $5 on a quick pick 'em. A quick pick.
Oh, all right. There you go. Diego Collins drops that pass there, but there was a flag down on the play. Let's see. It's on the Texans. Full start from Dalton Schultz. So it'll be a replay of first down, but does back him up, though. Does back him up with 20 seconds left to go before the half.
I wonder if someone won that $2 billion, by the way.
Wait, did he say 2 million or 2?
2 billion, sorry.
Wait, what?
I wonder who won. Yeah, the lottery was $2 billion. Powerball.
Why didn't I know about this?
Yeah, it was. It's been growing and growing and growing. I don't know if anyone won yet. Jr. won a free ticket. Yeah, I won $5, so I guess it's a couple free tickets. We're talking about the.
All right, Stroud. Oh, pass is dropped there by Watson. Wide open, too, as there's another flag down here. Quentin Lake there in coverage.
Well, opposite of what I just said. Keep it simple. No penalties, no dumb penalties. Let's keep them from scoring 3. I won 0 points here, and yet just not really looking great on that front.
Let's see who this flag is on. It is on the defense. It's going to be on the Rams. It is going to be on Quentin Lake. Not great. Rubio said, damn it, another penalty. Yeah, not really what you want to see here. Let's see what Quentin Lake's doing. Let's look.
Holding.
That's close. That one's definitely close.
I mean, drop pass nonetheless, though, right? Even if they didn't call this penalty, it's just a flat-out drop from the Houston receivers. So ultimately, yes, penalty sucks that they're helping him out a little bit here, the refs, but the play was wide open. We're just lucky he dropped it. I mean, if there was no flag there. Quentin Lake doesn't seem to be arguing here. Let's watch that play. I'm a little delayed. Sorry. Let's see. Illegal contact. I mean, you can't touch the guy at the top of his route like that.
No.
Ticky-tack.
We have pizza in the chat. We have pizza. How we looking? Who's cooking? Texas or Rams?
Who's cooking pizza? That's what I need to know. Pizza.
Yeah, who's cooking
I
pizza? Who's
want
cooking
some.
pizza?
I want some pizza now. All of a sudden, so thanks for that.
I know that sounds pretty good, but I would say both defenses are kind of cooking and both offenses are struggling. That would kind of be my answer to your question there, pizza. But my main question is pizza, is are you making or eating pizza right now?
Yeah, don't like the defensive holding
5
call.
seconds to go.
Don't like defensive
Second
holding
and
call.
10. He's taken off. He gets the first down and gets out of bounds with 3 seconds to go in field goal range.
Had a timeout anyways. He didn't even need to go out of bounds.
I mean, I do think that was the right move, though. Just get out of bounds so you give your team a chance. And it is going to be a long one yet again.
Well,
Pizza said Sunday night, no pizza party. You guys need to turn up next stream.
yeah, we do.
Maybe.
We do need to get some
Maybe.
pizza in the building. As you do see, Stroud
Maybe as we have
there.
Baron
He got himself in
back
a
out here.
real good kick, real good field goal position. He should be able to knock this one down.
It is 53 yards, though. This is not a short kick at all.
Nowadays, these kickers are good, man. These kickers are good. That's an easy one for most of these kickers nowadays.
Especially the Jaguars kicker. I'm sure we all saw that one in the preseason.
You let me know when the kick is good or not good.
I believe the Rams are icing him. The Rams just called a timeout.
Well, during this quick timeout for the icing of the kicker, I was on the fields for my fantasy football draft. I talked about this before with Josh a little bit as well, and it was super. I don't know if I told you this, Josh. I did tell you that, right?
I don't think you did, actually.
Okay. My fantasy football draft, for those who haven't seen any videos of me mentioning it, was at SoFi Stadium. I was on the field, tried to kick a field goal, not even lying to you, maybe 20-yarder, not even close. And I have a video that no one will ever, it'll never see the light of day.
No, see, no. See, you got to put.
It'll never see the light of day. It was bad. It was bad.
As the field goal is good, 9-7 lead here for the Texans going in to halftime. Really good offensive set there, as well as the penalty that really helped them get going. So Pizza said, from what you guys are seeing, you think the game is going under 36.5?
Yeah, I think so. But you know what? In my personal experience from watching football my whole life, second half just picks up and explodes out of nowhere. All of a sudden, these guys are going to be at 24, 21 before you know it with the second half. So I wouldn't put money on it being under 36.5. I think this offense, they're going to make adjustments. They're going to wake up on both sides. I mean, you look right now, 9 first downs according to Google's stats here. 9 first downs from each team. Total yardage, 110 for the Rams on offense, 134 for the Houston Texans on their offense side of things. Passing yards, I mean, under 100 for both teams. Rushing yards, under 100 for both teams. Under 50 rushing yards for the Rams. They need to run the football in the second half. You have the Houston Texans doing okay in the run game. 73 rushing yards in the first half is not bad at all. A lot of it coming from C.J. Stroud, I think.
Yes.
But both teams, I mean, under 5 yards per play. Both teams are not really moving the football super well. So, again, this is a very defensive game, obviously, with a 9-7 score here. Overall, you want to see the Rams run the football in the second half. You want to see them get Devontae Adams involved in the second half. I want to see some tight end play. Where's Tyler Higbee? Where's Terrence Ferguson, right? We said with both of these tight ends, we wanted to see a nice creative offense with both tight ends involved, yet I haven't really seen much from the tight end position in this game.
Yeah, I would agree. The tight end's not really doing too much here. And Pizza did say that if this game hits, he is going to order a large. So
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. If the bet hits, you got to let us know. And then Brandon said, leading it to half at least. Well, that was a little bit too soon for comfort there, as the Texans do get those last second points here, as there's 9-7 here going into halftime. And looking at the Rams receiving game as a whole, you talk about the tight ends. Puka Nacua has 5 catches for 66 yards. The rest of the team, Devontae Adams, 1 catch for 3 yards. Kyren, 1 catch for 3 yards. Colby Parkinson, 1 catch for 1 yard. I mean, outside of Puka, no other receiver is really stepping up to doing really anything right now for either team.
And I think, you know, again, to be fair, it's a little bit of the defense is just playing really well. We know this Houston Texans defense is actually more of the Houston Texans team in general is more of a defensive team. I mean, you have a defensive-minded head coach, former defensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers for so many years, and DeMarco, DeMarco Ryan? Is that how you say his name? Is that his name?
I think it's D'Amico
D'Amico
Ryans.
Ryan. I don't know why I said DeMarco. So I was like, that sounds wrong. D'Amico Ryan, being the longtime defensive coordinator out in San Fran, he's coming here. He's brought a good, aggressive, fast defense for Houston. So we are expecting that to be the case. We expected this defense to fly all over the field, but you still want to see the Rams do a little bit more. I don't think necessarily the defense is throwing things off too much. I mean, a couple overthrows, couple low throws, couple open receivers, and brought back by penalty. I mean, that is kind of the issue when we're talking about the Rams' perspective. It's not that the defense is stopping them. I think you're just not running the football. For one, you're not even giving Kyren a chance, really, right? I mean, 3 carries, that's crazy, right? 3 carries from him, 1 carry from Puka Nacua. That's disgusting numbers from the first half from a team that has, again, a quarterback who's dealing with injury. And an offense that's just not really moving the football. You got to run the ball.
They do. Kyren does have 9 carries though for 31 yards,
Sorry,
which is not great there in terms of efficiency.
I don't know why this is not updating on my end. But yeah, I was gonna say there's no way that makes any sense that he only has that little. But regardless, still needs more, right? I still want to see more, and it's not just from Kyren. I want to see some more from Blake Corum. I want to see you mix in other running backs. I want to see you be more aggressive in the run game.
Yeah, I definitely think they have to be more aggressive in the run game if they want a chance at all to come out with a victory.
11 carries on the night total for your running backs, at least. Or I guess you have Whittington and Puka with the carry, so that doesn't really count. So really, Kyren's the only running back that has a carry.
Yeah, as we have Deuce in chat saying, sloppy play by offense. They need to tighten up. Yeah, they do. And then Manuel said, Coach McVay is a smart coach. I expect him to run the ball more in the second half.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I also agree with that. I do think they can run the ball more, see some more Blake Corum out there.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not I believe they're going to make the adjustments, which is why I was telling Pizza earlier, right? I don't think it's going to be under 36.5 points. I think both of these defenses will explode in the second half. Nothing crazy. They're not going to drop 40 on us, but I do think it's going to be a 24-21 type of ending, it looks like, on a game like this.
Yeah, I can see that happening. I saw someone else say 23-17, 21-17. And this is going to be more of a defensive game for sure. As Rubio said, we get the ball to start second half. Yes, we do. And Manuel said also Adams has been open a few times. Hopefully he'll get the ball. Yeah, well, he's also dropped a few of those as well.
Yeah, and like I said, I think it's really just them getting on the same page. Stafford's got to know where he wants the football. That one of the drops I saw, pass at the knees, not really what he wants there. So, let them learn how to kind of get one another on the same page with one another.
For sure. And Stanley says defense better tighten up. For the penalties wise things, for penalties, yes, but overall the defense has been quite good in my opinion.
I agree there. I mean, you have a good offense. You're playing a good offense, right? You hold them basically to 6 points in the first half. I mean, that last drive was an ugly way to end, but under 10 points in the first half, I think the defense can definitely be proud of that performance.
I definitely agree here. Is now that it is halftime, we should go over some of the other games that have been happening.
Yeah, for sure. I was thinking the same thing. We can definitely look around
all throughout today. I would say the surprise of the day from the early window was the Colts Dolphins. The Colts with Daniel Jones winning 33-8 over Tua and the Dolphins. Again, the guy I'm playing in fantasy has Tua because, again, it's a 2-quarterback starting league, and Tua was not great. But Daniel Jones, 22 for 29, 272, and a touchdown.
Yeah, no, I think, a lot of people like to make fun of Daniel Jones. Let's not forget he was playing for the New York Giants. Now, obviously, the Giants have been trying to get better over the years. But, I mean, even look at them now, right? In today's game, they lost. The final score was, I'm sure that game finished. It looked like
it was 21-6 Commanders.
21-6 Commanders. I mean, you have Russell Wilson in the building, and he can't really get things done for you. Ultimately, the Giants have a lot going wrong with him. When you watch Daniel Jones play, he was never really a bad quarterback. I think he just had a really bad situation that he was in, ultimately. And I think he was definitely had a lot of mistakes. Don't get me wrong. He's not a perfect quarterback. I would not want him to be my starting quarterback. Don't get me wrong. But he's not the worst quarterback I've ever seen. I feel like a lot of people talk about him like he's this incapable quarterback. He's not a backup quarterback. He was capable. I think he was good, and he had his moments. He could run the football a little bit. That team was just bad, and you put himself in a good situation here in Indianapolis. You see, he has good receivers. He has a good defense. I think this is actually going to be a good spot for him now. I do also want to emphasize it's week 1, and he played against the Miami Dolphins, who could quite possibly be one of the worst teams in the NFL. Not that we expected that going into this year, but you trade away Jalen Ramsey. Tyreek Hill was on the trade block for them a little bit. Tua, we don't know how he's going to be this year health-wise. I mean, you add all those pieces in. I mean, the Miami Dolphins quite possibly can literally be one of the worst teams in the NFL this year, even though they have some talent there.
Yeah, potentially that is the case. Also, another game right now, the Packers and the Lions. The Packers up 17-3 early in the third, and I benched Jordan Love in fantasy, and I'm very upset.
Who's your quarterback then? If you benching,
because I'm in my league I have 2 starting quarterbacks and 1 reserve.
Yeah,
I thought Bryce Young would have a better game than Jordan Love because
that's
of
crazy. I think that's a bad
him
call.
playing the Jaguars, and he was awful.
I think it's a bad call on you then. That's just a bad call on you.
Bryce Young was projected for 5 more points.
Jordan Love's a beast. I think that's one thing.
Yeah, he is. I learned that. Josh Jacobs though, 6 carries for 8 yards, not great.
Not great.
But Jordan Love has looked awesome.
I thought that was interesting this year for sure in fantasy, like the way how low on the totem pole, kind of the rankings that Jordan Love was. I mean, he has a first round receiver. He has a bunch of receivers that he's comfortable with this year. Definitely interesting to see that he's definitely so low. He was so low in terms of rankings for fantasy. What other games we got?
That is true. And also, Titans-Broncos in the third quarter. Close game right now. 10-9 Broncos. Bo Nix has 2 picks early on here in this game. And J.K. Dobbins not doing too great running the ball. Only 5 carries, 17 yards.
Anyone that was
Tony
on?
Pollard.
Go ahead.
And Tony Pollard with 14 carries for 55 yards and a reception for 29 yards also on my bench. So fun.
Anyone that was on Christian McCaffrey watch, I'm playing him in fantasy. He's actually got 11 points solid for San Fran. So definitely something to look out for the Rams as well, right? When you're playing against the San Francisco 49ers twice a year, you want to see what that looks like. And he was dealing with a calf injury. It looks like he's healthy-ish. 13 rushes for 48 yards. So he looks pretty good. 4 receptions for 45 yards, though. So definitely doing really well in the passing game. When we're talking about Christian McCaffrey for San Fran. Seattle beating San Fran, though, 10-7. So very low scoring game there.
And I have Jackson Smith and Jigba on my fantasy team as my flex, and he has been playing actually pretty well so far.
There you go.
So that is good for me. And another great game from earlier on today was Steelers-Jets. Quite a high-scoring game while setting up. Josh and I had this game on in the background for both of us while setting up.
Yeah, I actually was telling Josh before I hopped on here that I thought that might have been the game of the day, the early part of the day. They played really well, back and forth game, Jets and Pittsburgh. Obviously, you see Aaron Rodgers back in with his old team, at his old team's place, even though he wasn't there for too long. Balled out, looked pretty good. He looked pretty good. Now it is the Jets, but he still looked pretty good. And speaking of looking pretty good, Justin Fields doing a pretty good job leading that offense. I mean, you don't expect him to come out and score 32 points on one of the best defenses in the league, 31 points against one of the best defenses in the league. Definitely impressive stuff there. Going to the chat real quick. We have Wilson is washed from Rubio. Kind of funny. Rubio actually earlier said Pittsburgh Jets was a good game. Agree with you there, Rubio. Defense doing their job. Offense has to step up. From Rubio as well. Greg says the Giants' offensive line is so bad. Yeah, that's part of why Daniel Jones, I think, was really bad when he was in New York. Rubio says Josh Jacobs, Jingleheimer Smith. Appreciate you for that one, Rubio. Renee says just half game sample size, but come on, Adams trash. Kupp is playing well for Hawks. That's interesting to keep an eye out as well. Let's go check out what he's looking like out there in Seattle. Cooper.
Yeah, and speaking of great performances, Aaron Rodgers in fantasy, I'm in the league with my family, and someone had Aaron Rodgers on their bench. He had 37 points, 22 for 244 yards and 4 touchdowns. What a game!
Hard to call that though. Hard to call that. I would have anticipated. I'm pretty sure Aaron Rodgers is currently a free agent in my fantasy league, which that may change after today.
Yeah, because
Cooper.
we have the three quarterback guarantee. So who are the free agent quarterbacks in our league? Oh, there's only two starting quarterbacks that are free agents: Russell Wilson and Spencer Rattler.
Oh, it makes sense. It's a
So
quarterback league. That makes sense.
yeah, because we have
Um,
a three quarterback. Yeah, those are the only two. I mean, Bryce Young might be a free agent for me after today, but
Renee, she said, you said Adams is trash. Kupp is playing well for Hawks. I mean, Cooper Kupp, 1 reception, 9 yards. Nothing too crazy. Playing better than Devonta Adams, I guess, kind of by yardage. But ultimately, speaking on that situation, what's happening with Devonta Adams? I mean, personally, my breakdown of the situation is Stafford and Adams need to get on the same page a little bit. Again, I thought a low pass on the drop from Adams, but still a drop from Adams. And then overall, I mean, you just haven't. They haven't. This offense isn't really designed. Typically, with what they've done with Cooper Kupp, it's not designed to cater to what Devontae Adams does well. I think on the football field, and so right now, I mean, I've seen a lot of similar routes that Cooper Kupp ran right for
yes.
us. That's what Devontae Adams is running. I don't think that's really what should be the case for the Rams. If they want to get him more involved, you gotta let him do what he's good at. Maybe it slants over the middle real quick, but also let him go down the field 1-on-1. Let him see what he can do throwing the football up and seeing if Stafford can get him the ball.
We do have kickoff now. Second half just started. Winnington with a decent return. We have some updates here. We have Steve Avila has his helmet on, working on to get enough to snap. Looks like he'll give it a go here in the second half. And another note here is that CJ Stroud's 27 rushing yards in the first half has already tied his third most in a game throughout his career so far.
Wow. Yeah, he definitely not very mobile, but that give credit where credit is due to the Rams defense. They're making him move. Now, he doesn't look super slow, so I do think maybe that could be a thing he's adding to his game this year, maybe trying to get more involved in the run game because yeah, he doesn't move too slow. I mean, he can move as Puka
Yeah, and by the
Nacua.
way, we did just have a great catch made here by Devontae Adams for a first down, as Craig said in the chat. Another low ball, though, there from Stafford, but a good play nonetheless from Adams to get that first down.
Yeah, shout out to you, Craig, for being all over that. Yeah, for those of you, just be patient with Devontae Adams. Don't go trading him in your fantasy league or anything like that. Relax, be patient. It's coming. The plays are coming. Great catch
You're
there.
now at the 44. Kyren spins right into a defender. Does not get much there at all.
You talk about Devontae Adams being sure-handed. That throw and catch there. I mean, incredible catch from Devontae Adams. Let's not understate that. Diving down, the ball is at his ankles, and he caught that pass. That's what I'm saying. Stafford's got to get on the same page with him a little bit, but that's a great catch from Devontae Adams.
Yeah, that looked great there. And we now have a graphic up on the broadcast. Most touchdowns from the slot alignment. Cooper Kupp is first since 2019. Devontae Adams is second. Stafford drops back, going deep. There's some pressure. Gets it off. And what a deep ball there. Xavier Smith with that catch. Looking like it's preseason. What a play there from Xavier Smith.
That's what we want to see. You want to see that carry over from the preseason. You don't want to just pick up a guy from the preseason and all of a sudden, you never use him during the regular season. He was making some great plays for you in the preseason. Give him a chance to play in the regular season as Stafford finds him down the field. I mean, incredible.
Yeah, that's an incredible ball there from Stafford. See, now I have a fantasy predicament here. Because if Stafford gets the passing touchdown, he gets points. But I also have the Texans defense, so I'm going to lose points. This is why.
We don't want to hear that here, Josh. We want to see the Rams score
Oh,
touchdowns on touchdowns on touchdowns.
yes, we do. We do. We do. That is a flag there. That was actually almost an interception that Stafford threw, but I think it would have come back anyway. Stingley almost got the pick there on first down. Pizza said, "How we looking? Texans cooking or Rams?" Pizza, I know you said earlier in the chat you can't watch the game. The game is either on CBS or Paramount Plus. Just to let you know if you are having trouble finding the game.
But
Illegal hands to the face
he could listen
is
to
the
us.
penalty.
He could listen to us. It's okay. It's okay, Pizza. Appreciate you staying here for the game. And also, who's cooking right now? The Rams offense is cooking. They are running, going down the field, finding their way into the red zone very shortly. But like Josh said, a little bit of a flag situation here.
Illegal hands to the face on Stingley was the penalty First down from the 14. Stafford going to the end zone for Davis Allen. Touchdown Rams.
There we go. Just like
And
that.
Davis Allen scored a touchdown against the Vikings in the playoffs as well. So he is a trusted threat in the red zone. 13-9 now, Rams lead.
And a guy, by the way, in Davis Allen that we thought could possibly be on the chopping block of this roster, whether it was Davis Allen, Colby Parkinson, we didn't know. They kept both. We talked about earlier at halftime, tight ends not being too involved so far. Matthew Stafford, what a dime. I mean, what a great pass. Finding Davis Allen. Great route run. Even the defender was clapping it up for Davis Allen.
Yeah, literally.
Great throw, great catch. Rams up 14-9 if they make this extra point.
They do.
And they do. Great throw. I mean, that's just incredible. That's just Stafford being Stafford. I mean, incredible route, like I said, but put it only where his tight end could catch that ball.
Yeah, that was an amazing throw there from Stafford, giving the Rams the lead. But getting the tight ends involved, as you said, something that was very, very important. They're able to do that, get that touchdown, get the lead. Now the defense has to come through for a bit of a hold here for this Rams team.
Yeah, keep getting pressure on the quarterbacks. Keep seeing what you can do in that sense. Hopefully the cornerbacks can hold up. I mean, let's come out. Let's be ready to attack or be ready to pounce on CJ Stroud. Don't let the offense for Houston get comfortable, as it looks like our offense is getting a little bit comfortable here. Tutu opened up that play for X-Man. Xavier Smith, what a pass by Stafford. X-Man, everyone calling him X-Man. I like that nickname, by the way. That's my first time I heard it.
It is a great nickname.
You've heard that already before?
I haven't, but I do like the nickname X-Men. I do like it.
Flag, hands to the face. TD, Devontae Adams. That's not what happened to MM's Jr. It's DA, Davis Allen. I don't know why I thought.
We actually have some more recent chats, though, to get to. We have Rubio says, jalapeno cheddar bratwurst at Mikasa, my house.
That sounds so... I'm hungry, guys. You guys keep saying this stuff. We were trying to do we had technical difficulties trying to set up this stream. I did not eat lunch. I am starving.
I have something actually tonight where I have to miss Sunday Night Football, unfortunately, where I'm going to be having a lot of food. So I'm kind of not eating lunch here on purpose. So I come in a little more hungry.
I'm ready to eat right after this stream, man. I might even have to hop off and get a snack for sure. We have Pizza saying about a slam Rams. I felt like I should have grabbed it at plus money. Oh, talking about his bet there. We had Jesus saying, the way the Rams offense is built, they can beat you more ways till Sunday. Beat you more ways till Sunday. Stanley Jacks says, this sucks. Oh, this sucks not being able to watch on TV. Stanley Jacks is on CBS, but if you're not in the LA or Houston or Texas in general area, I guess you probably can't watch it. But I'm on a free 7-day trial here for CBS for Paramount Plus if you want to try to watch it on there. I don't know if I'm gonna keep paying for CBS if I'm gonna be this behind Josh on the live streams, but we'll have to wait and see. X-Men.
No, wait, I'm not on Paramount Plus. I'm on CBS.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying Paramount Plus is like part of CBS, I guess. And so,
I don't have Paramount Plus.
No, it's part of it though. I'm saying Paramount Plus is like showing CBS. It's like a deal they have or whatever.
Oh, I thought you meant like we automatically get it. And I was like, I don't have it.
No. Pizzas I just slammed on Rams 4.5 spread. Let's eat. Shout out to you, Pizza. Jason Jackson says Stafford dropping Eisenhower's bombs.
Yeah, you can say that.
Sure. Rubio says that's how to start the second half. Yes, the offense woke up, right? That's what we said. I said this offense might wake up a little bit the second half. That's how you started off with that drive. It looked beautiful. Everything looked good.
Oh, yes. Craig did just say you're watching on YouTube TV. Yes, if you do have NFL Sunday ticket, that is another way to watch this game as well.
This is so much money.
But if you have it,
why can't they have a streaming service where I just pay $5 a month to watch my team only? Like I just want to watch Rams football. Let me pay $5 a month to watch my team.
Yeah, fair.
Instead, I got to pay for Red Zone, which by the way, Red Zone has ads now. I mean,
oh my God, I hate it. I was watching a little bit of Red Zone this morning before we started setting up.
How bad was that? Or the ads? I haven't seen it.
It was not awful. They have it split screen, so you still don't miss a touchdown.
Okay, that's good. But it's definitely annoying. It's already annoying
It
because
is annoying.
if there's 4 games going on and you're gonna shrink my screen now to watch an ad. That's annoying.
No, they shrink it to 5 if there's 4 games on. It's 5 to it's a what would you say for a 5 screen?
I'm not sure, but I get
It's
what
not
you
a
mean. They make it a 5 screen and throw the ad up there. Okay, not too bad.
it's not a hepta screen. I don't know what you would say. Hexa screen is 6. I don't know what you would say for I guess just a 5 screen.
Again, no one cares about this here, but I'm definitely itching for a Nico Collins productive game. I'm not gonna say a touchdown. Let's just have a productive night. A bunch of catches all the way down to a fumble from someone else. That'd be great. Get him all the
He'll
way to
lose
the
punts
one.
fumbles. So don't fumble. Don't have him fumble.
No, not him fumble. I want Nico Collins to get 20 catches all the way down the field, and then just right at the 1 yard line, someone else fumble. Rubio says, "Where are you guys streaming from? I'm live and direct from Colton. I personally am in the east of Los Angeles area, suburbs. I guess I just moved to a new apartment, so I'm in east of LA. And then Josh is out in the OC, right, Orange County.
Yes, I'm in the greater Orange County area.
So
Yes,
LA County and Orange County, if you will.
Yeah, it's a little south of Josh here.
Yeah.
But I am still an LA sports fan. Dodgers over Angels. I know that I don't hate the Angels though. A lot of people think I hate the Angels. I don't. I want them to be good. They have Mike Trout. It's a shame they can't be, but it is 1st and 10 here for the Texans from the 37-yard line. Stroud, and this is going to be plumb dead with a penalty.
I'm sure most Rams fans don't want to hear you say that. I'm sure a lot of Rams fans are also Dodgers fans. But yeah, I don't hate the Angels either. It's kind of funny. I kind of feel bad for them, I think, if anything.
I feel bad for my mainly.
Your family. MM Jr. says, great play action pass to Davis Allen for a touchdown. Yeah, agree with you, MM Jr. Stanley Jacks, agree 100%. Appreciate you. Jason Jackson says, he's on the dime. No? Oh, you're talking about Eisenhower? I don't think so. I don't think Eisenhower's on the dime. Oh, you're talking about out here? No, Jason Jackson. Dropping Eisenhower's. That's what he meant. That's what he said.
Manuel said East LA, Orange County connection. Yes, it is.
Yeah, there, we do what we got.
That is exactly what we are doing here. Stroud, 1st and 15 now from the 32. Pressure from the Rams. Wide open for close to a 1st down, and that is going to be Nico Collins for you. You got at least a point there.
I can't celebrate that, but Nico Collins, we'll take that. Who is on the dime? Jefferson?
Maybe. We got a flag here, though. Let's see what the flag is. The refs are talking to Stroud. Let's see.
It's so funny that Jason Jackson would know more about our currency than I do.
Is he actually on the dime? I didn't know that either. That is bad that we both did not know that.
Who is on the dime?
Or I think they called a roughing the passer there. I don't know about that. As Puka Nacua got in there, that was a leg tackle. Manuel says watching from South Pasadena. So I believe that's on the opposite side of you, Josh, right?
No. He's not far from me actually. MM Jr. We're pretty close. We're pretty close actually. MM Jr. We might run into one of these days.
And Chubb comes in, does end up getting the 1st down for the Texans there at around him. If Rubio says I'm originally from Torrance.
You know why that roughing the passer was called? It's just low hit. They have so much protections for these quarterbacks now that if you're hitting a guy at the knee and under, it's a flag. I mean, where else are you going to hit the guy? I mean, I don't really know.
I think they want you to go more for them stomach to chest area mainly.
I mean, you're basically saying let him go. 1st down there.
Almost at that point, yeah. Manuel says he used to live in Boyle Heights.
Yeah. MM Jr. I'm not. I say east of LA. I always say that. But like you would say, like South Pasadena, you probably wouldn't say east of LA. But I just know not many people know this area.
Oh, wait. Sack for the Rams. Tyler Davis for a huge loss. Sorry to interrupt you there, but I had to do that there.
We take it. We take those. Love to see the big guy getting in there. Not a guy you expect to get a sack. Not a guy you're looking at to get you a bunch of sacks this year. But you love to see when guys step up and make some plays.
13-yard loss. 2nd and 23 goes right past the center.
Incredible.
Easily gets there, and no one's even back there. Number 60, the center Andrews, actually pushes him into Stroud. Kind of gives him the sack.
That's what the Rams need, though. That's what the Rams need. They need all their guys to step up, including the interior of the defensive line. especially at the depth there. Love to see it. Stroud not happy. MM's Jr.
Out,
though.
and that is intercepted by Kobe Durant. Takes it right out of the receiver's hands. What a great play there.
Rams. Offense comes alive. The defense, what do we say? They need to step up here in the second half. You can't allow the offense of the Houston Texans to start catching fire all of a sudden. The Rams defense steps up. They're making plays. A little bit of pressure on Stroud. Clean pocket for the most part.
Oh, that might be an incomplete pass. Oh, that's going to be close.
Clean pocket for the most part. Deep throw. A little bit of an overthrow. Kobe Durant comes up with it, and Josh is saying maybe incomplete. We'll wait and see on it.
It looks like the ball may have come out while he was hitting the floor. Regardless, though, a great play, though. That was a great play. Jaden Higgins had it in his hands, and then Kobe Durant, that was a great pass, though, from Stroud. It was where it needed to be, but just Kobe Durant read it perfectly. Manuel said supposedly Kevin Durant's cousin. I have heard this. I did hear that he might be related to Kevin Durant. I don't know if that's true. Rubio said the ball moved when it hit the ground. Yeah, it looks like it might have. We'll see if he has enough control on it for for the interception called a stand.
These plays have always been complicated, but also different. Nowadays, if it's pinned against his body, it may count. But as he hits the ground, the ball does move quite a bit. We'll have to wait and see on it.
Regardless, though, great play. It's still going to be 3rd and 23. So regardless, they have 3rd and long.
So apparently, Kevin Durant tweeted, "Somehow this is my cousin. I'm a Rams fan now." Tweeted it a while back, so maybe.
Well, you don't know if this is confirmed. This could be a little joke that they have, or they actually are cousins.
Yeah. Going back to a couple of chats we may have missed there. Nothing really crazy. We were talking about MM's Jr. about South Pasadena. So MM's Jr., you'll know this. Not everybody does know. That's why I don't say it all the time. I don't mind people knowing. I live in Alhambra now. So we're close. We're real close, MM's Jr. He used to live in Boyle Heights. I know I'm familiar with Boyle Heights as well, East LA. Kobe Durant picked. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see if that lands. Landshark with a pick. Supposedly Kevin Durant's cousin. Rubio says the ball moved. And Landshark. Yeah, we'll wait and see on this if it's a good. But overall, if it's not, even if it is an incomplete pass and it did hit the ground, overall, this defense, this is what you wanted to see. You wanted to see them come out. You wanted to see them be aggressive. Still put pressure on Stroud. Don't let this offense catch fire while your offense is catching fire. Come out, hit them strong. That way, if your offense is on fire, great. Your defense is still balling, and you can kind of get a comfortable lead here, hopefully. Rams get the football back, see what Stafford and the offense can do. But let's wait and see first if it's officially interception or not.
Greg says it will be overturned. Yeah, I think it will be as well. And Jessica says, hey. We say hey to you, Jessica. Thank you so much for joining us. I have a replay here. And, that is close. He does maintain control. The ball never leaves his body, and they keep it. Yeah. It is an intercepted Rams.
And this, like I said, the rules have been changing lately in the NFL, which I think rightfully so. The ball is pinned against his body. Let him make the catch. I mean, Dez Bryant. Should we bring that up, right? Dez Bryant back in the day.
That if anyone here's a Cowboys fan, that was a catch.
And so look at this catch here. He's holding it. The ball is pinned in between his arm and his body, and the ball does hit the ground, but it actually doesn't move that much. So the Rams do keep the interception. The defense is balling. This is what we want to see. Offense, can you respond? Please don't go 3 and out. Great run by Kyren Williams to start. What are we looking at for your screen?
2nd and 4. Picks up the block, but Stafford goes down, but there's going to be a flag, and they might call this a low hit there from toe-to-toe. And Josh, Manuel said he also used to live in Alhambra.
There you go.
You and Manuel might have just made yourself a new friend.
MM's Jr. might run into each other off Valley and Garvey. Yeah, you're talking my neighborhood here, MM's Jr. We definitely got to talk one day. Maybe I'll just end up at a sports bar one of these days and we run into each other. That'd be funny.
Yeah, maybe. And then CJ said, "Is that to put the fries in the bag guy?" I know the meme you're talking about. I don't know if it is that guy.
Is that the put the fries in the bag?
You know the meme though, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I don't know if that is the guy, but we have that. They keep showing this replay. It looks better and better every time. That was a great play. And that is going to be a penalty on it's 3rd and 11 actually. So they are going to hand the ball off here to Kyren and he's going to get nothing. So they are going to go 3 and out. Will Anderson with a nice tackle there. Texans respond very well after that interception. Ethan Evans is going to look to pin him down inside the 10.
I want to give a shout to Kobe Durant too. That play was incredible. We've been saying it over and over again. These cornerbacks, I think they understand the challenge. They probably hear the noise as well. They have to step up this year, and so far so good.
They've been good at that. Evans punting from the 31. Steps up. Punt's going to land it around the 14. See what he can do. Noel gets by a couple of tackles, and he's going to get out of bounds there. As Reeder does hit him this time without a flag. Our favorite player making a play.
Again, the offense, running the football, you have a good start to the drive, running the football. Get the holding penalty, brings you back. Then you run the football again. I mean, I want to see... you just don't want to see that. You're up by 5 points, you're not up by a touchdown. I want to see them a little more aggressive here. I wanted to see the offense do something, not just have a 3 and out, not just settle for that. Now you have your defense that played super well, has a great play for you, then all of a sudden the defense is back on the field having to, again, try to stop this offense from catching any fire. We'll have to wait and see.
Yes, we will. Rubio, I saw said wasted possession, which it definitely was. It definitely was. It was not how you want that possession to go whatsoever, because that's a chance to take a double-digit point lead in this game, make it a 2-score game. Even a field goal at least makes it an 8-point game. Still only one possession, but getting nothing there, that's detrimental to this game, especially with the offense coming back out. They're going to be motivated. Stroud doesn't throw a lot of picks, so you're not going to get many more opportunities to do that again. So we'll see just how exactly that goes. And Craig says, I'm a fan of Kobe Durant. I think we all are. Kobe Durant has really improved all throughout his NFL career. He had a really strong end to last year, so I'm not surprised starting off this year hot.
Agreed.
They have to keep getting to Stroud. Every time they've gotten pressure on Stroud, he's made some bad decisions. Agreed.
And that's really what I think that they need here. Continue to put pressure on the quarterback for Houston. Don't let this offense get comfortable. If they start making a couple plays here, all of a sudden you have yourself a football game. The Rams need to get the ball back into their offense. They need to just kind of honestly take the air out of the football a little bit. I know it's still super early, but run the football, get some first downs, kind of churn your way down, turn the legs, get yourself down the field. You need the offense to have the football for a little bit. Just time of possession here in second half. You're up by 5. Close game, low scoring game. You want to make sure when you get those opportunities, you got to hold on to the football. They did not. Defense, can they step up here?
Yeah, that is the main question, is can the defense step up here? Manuel said, just like last year, the defense carrying. Yeah, the defense has been pretty good. The offense, obviously, the 2 touchdown drives have been great. But besides that, they really haven't been able to do much. Again, the Texans were not great at red zone defense last year either. I have that in my notes here. For the Texans, they were the 27th ranked red zone defense, giving up touchdowns 63% of the time. So if you get down there against this defense, you do have a good chance to score, as Stroud and company is starting from the 24, 1st and 10. Just over 6 minutes left to go here in this third quarter. 14-9 Rams lead, if you're just joining us. And a good tackle there by Byron Young. Stopping the rookie Woody Marks, former USC player, returning home here to Los Angeles. 2nd and 10 early on. Now the Texans run game not really getting much going for themselves either.
Yeah, and credit to the Rams. Credit to the Rams defensive line, prepared, ready to battle. That was a problem for the Rams last year, slowing down the run. Saquon Barkley 200 yards twice in 1 year, not what you want to see.
More pressure and a good pass caught, but there was a flag. So we'll see if this play does stand. Rams were close there to another sack.
I think they're hungry right now. I think they understand the task at hand for the defense. It's on their shoulders right now a little bit. They're making things happen so far.
It is. Defensive holding on Quentin Lake, though, yet again, his second penalty. Penalties declined because he still caught the ball. But yeah, that's clear holding. Yeah, Quentin Lake needs to needs to stop getting these penalties. And Jason said, "Pin the ears back, boys. Let's go hunting."
Well, you need your defensive backs to hold up, and Quentin Lake getting another holding call, not ideal, not going to help your team. Still caught the football, but you need to have better coverage from your defensive backs altogether, not just your cornerbacks. Your safety's got to play some defense. Yeah, it's too physical, top of the route. Quentin Lake got to play better.
Yeah, not doing too much there. Is Jared Verse and Nate Landman make sure that Marks gets nothing on that carry. 2nd and 9 here for this Texans team. First, having a bit of a quiet game so far.
Good run defense
you...
right now, though. Good run defense right now. That's what I like to see. And hey, we may not see Jared Verse get double-digit sacks. You saw last year that's not what he needed to do, right? I mean, he did what he had to do getting the pressures. He didn't need to get sacks to be successful. And so maybe a little bit more of the same this year.
Yes, but at the same time, one of the main things about Verse last year is he kept saying all offseason he left sacks on the table. And now I think it's time that we need to start seeing some of that here. As we have an injury on the Texans O-line, which is already depleted heading into today. So you don't want to see that if you are a Texans fan here.
Aside from the holding call, defense doing a pretty good job here on this drive. I'd like to see what they're doing in the run game. Now, Houston's run game is obviously up in the air, dealing with their injuries to Joe Mixon and having kind of a run back committee situation going on there. Like you said, offensive line isn't the same like it used to be. But still, gotta give Rams credit for stopping the run a little bit better than they have in the past. Stroud and Durant before that commercial break, laughing it up. It looks like about that interception maybe from earlier. Just chatting it up, laughing. Kind of interesting to see there.
Yeah, definitely. Craig Howard says Jared Verse is a monster. I expect him to keep growing on defense. Yeah, we have Wayne coming in from Houston.
Shout out to you, Wayne. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Wayne. Wayne, if you're a Texans fan, what do you think about where your team is right now? If you're a Rams fan, we're doing great. But if you are a Texans fan, let us know in the chat what you think so far.
Yeah. And going back to Craig saying Jared Verse is a monster. Yeah, no, he is. And really, I don't mind him having games like this. He's been a little quiet, so to speak. But overall, again, if the defense is playing well, it's fine with me. It's the moments when if you do need to get a sack, if you are in a situation where you need someone to get pressure on the quarterback, maybe it's a close game, fourth quarter, and you need someone to step up and he's not stepping up, that's when you're a little more concerned. But so far,
right,
it's okay right now. He's doing what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Wayne saying it's a good game. Wayne, you a Rams fan or you a Texans fan? You can let us know. It's okay. Don't worry. We won't be mean to you. I mean, I can't promise the chat won't be mean to you, but we won't be mean to you.
We do actually have some celebrities at this game.
Check them out.
We got Bradley Beal, new Clippers guard at the game. We also have DeMar DeRozan, obviously. Wow. You know, in the words of Kendrick Lamar, glad D-Rose came home. We're glad he is there too as well. We also have we have Taco Bennett, really talented actor.
There you go.
There as well. We have Summer Marshall. Not too familiar with who she is. I believe she's a model based on this post. We have Miguel Harichi. Again, not too familiar with him either. Leia Kateb. If anyone is familiar with these celebrities, please let me know more because I want to make sure we're respecting them. Dude, I'm not too familiar with any of these.
Jason says, Landman, prototypical linebacker. I love Nate Landman's pickup. I think he's looking pretty good so far today. Just kind of hunting the football. Really like what you see so far from him. Manny says, O-line is still ass, I think is what he's saying. Don't know if I agree necessarily. They're playing pretty well today. Let's talk about Houston's O-line. That's a different story.
By the way, Witherspoon just got called for illegal contact, another penalty on this Rams defensive secondary, and it definitely was illegal contact.
And this goes back to that issue, right? We talked about, again, don't want to keep bringing it up and harping on this, but if you're not going to invest in the cornerback room, you're not going to improve in the cornerback room. These guys have to step up. And right now, they are doing okay. They're doing a pretty good job of stepping up, but the holding penalties are an issue right now early. It's what you have to kind of deal with when you're not talking about all pro corners in your room. Just kind of not trusting yourself. You got to trust yourself. I think Keely Witherspoon was all over it. Don't know why he felt the need to hold on there. Interesting, to say the least.
No.
Wayne, born and raised in Houston, and he says cool because he's responding to Jason Jackson saying, "How's it going, Wayne?"
Well, good to hear that you're doing okay, Wayne. We like to hear that. Unfortunately for you, you just had another offensive line injury. Your center just went out and is limping, and now your backup center right now is taking some warm-up snaps with CJ Stroud. So now we want to see her heading into 2nd and 8. Rubio says that last call was BS. It was close, but I do think it was more so illegal contact than not.
I would love to agree with you, Rubio, but ultimately, if you once the receiver gets past 5 yards, don't touch him. I mean, that's just kind of what the rule is.
Ultimately, you can't really be doing that here. 2nd and 8 now for this Texans team. They've had some penalties to help them out yet again on this drive. From just about into Rams territory, the Rams 49. Stroud throws to Schultz, gets around to 6, so it's going to be 3rd down and a long 2. And another flag is down.
A lot of penalties. Sloppy play, week 1. Not really something you're surprised by.
Oh, offensive face mask. We'll take that.
We'll take them. We'll take them all.
And there's on to no lineman there. Let's see where this penalty was, because I did not see this one. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Hard to... Oh, yeah, totally grabbing Jared versus face mask.
That's one way to block him.
Yeah, I mean, it did work. You did block him.
It's one way to block him for sure. Grab his face mask, why don't you?
Another handoff there to Chubb. Gets around 5, so it's going to be 3rd down and 16. Rubio said only reason why I don't like Texans fans because they're also Astros fans. That's a valid point, you know. You know what? That is a valid point.
You know what's so interesting? I've never hated Houston in terms of the Texans. I've never had a dislike. Kind of like their jerseys. Kind of like they're always a mediocre team. They're okay. I've never hated their team. Respect to Andre Johnson back in the day. Arian Foster, guys like that. Aaron Foster did not play. Did he play for Houston? I think he played for Chicago, right? Or Arian Foster. Was he on Houston or no? Am I crazy?
Yeah.
Okay. So, some good players. But overall, yeah, definitely Houston, the city of Houston, has been tainted by the Astros.
Yes, definitely, has been tainted by the Astros.
Sorry, Wayne, by the way. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to know, I was pulling some cards a little while ago.
Sure.
With a family member.
Yeah.
And we pulled the Jose Altuve. We
Nice.
ripped it up and shredded it.
Wow. Was it a special Jose Altuve?
No. No. It was a regular Jose. No, if it was special, we would have sold it. We're trying to get some money, but.
So Houston's sitting here and they're punting?
And in that same card session, we pulled Carlos Correa as well and ripped it up.
I like that you guys are committed to the not even a bit. It's just reality here. Astros can beat the
Astros
Rams.
can beat the Rams too. I mean, yeah, if they're bringing trash cans, they'll beat the Rams.
Wayne, I thought we were friends here, and now
Wayne, you have to admit your team cheated.
Now you're coming in here.
If you can admit that, we can move past this here. The Texans have nothing to do with the Astros. I love CJ Stroud. He's literally from the LA area, but I did not like him wearing that Astros hat. Did you see him wearing the Astros hat?
Who was coming home? Who's wearing the Astros hat?
Stroud.
Oh, he wasn't Stroud wearing the. He was wearing a Seattle hat. No.
Someone else was. Seattle's cool. Seattle's cool. Nothing against Seattle.
I think he was in Houston wearing a Seattle hat. And people were talking smack about it to him, and he was like, "Well, I love the Astros, but it's more for swag with Seattle."
Stafford throws to Tutu for the first time on 1st down, gets about 5. Jason said, go Mariners. Hey, if you're a Mariners fan, I mean, I love me some Kyle Raleigh, love me some J-Rod. Hopefully they can hold on to that playoff spot.
At some point, Jason, we do need to hear how you became a Rams fan, Seattle Mariners fan, and if you watch basketball, what team you watch, because obviously out there in Scotland, I'm very intrigued to see how you choose that, how you choose that your teams out there.
Yeah, or if you're from a city in America and you move to Scotland, let us know that as well.
True. hide the trash cans from the Texans.
Yeah, might have to.
They might call. Yeah, they might be banging on some can. Well, luckily they're in SoFi, so we should be okay. We
Yes.
should be safe from the trash cans today.
Yeah, Stafford over the middle there to Nacua. Gets that first down, first and 10 Rams. And Terrence Ferguson, I have not really seen Terrence Ferguson on the field at all, actually. What do you have to say about that?
Expected a little bit. I mean, I'm rooting for him. I want him to play, but ultimately, I thought it was interesting when they drafted him with their first pick because Tyler Higbee's there, yes, and maybe some people don't love or are hype about Kobe Parkinson and Davis Allen, but those guys have been there and have a relationship with Matthew Stafford.
Oh, nice move there from Kyren, able to get away from the pressure behind the line of scrimmage to pick up a few. And by the way, the Texans starting center did just leave on a cart. So that is something to keep an eye on here for this game. See if we can get an injury diagnosis there. But that certainly does not look good for the Houston Texans.
Not ideal. Never like to see that for any player. But yeah, in terms of Terrence Ferguson, patience. They're not going to rush him into the mix of things if they're not confident in his abilities yet.
Oh, and the Rams draw him offsides to end the quarter. I believe that is going to be the case unless there was movement on the Rams line. Let's see. Yes, they got the neutral zone infraction penalty.
How much time on the clock there on your end?
When the flag was put down, I believe it's going to be 1 second. Yes, it is going to be. It is going to be 1 second.
They should be able to get one more playoff then before the third quarter ends.
Oh,
yeah.
They're calling it.
End of third.
They're calling it the end of the quarter, actually.
Sure. I just saw a play right now live. It looks like right at the zero was when the ball was snapped. So looks like we're going into the start of the fourth quarter with the Rams offense rolling a little bit, getting the defense on its heels a bit for Houston. Ultimately, this is what we need to see of the offense. We need to see the offense putting pressure on the Houston defense. If the Rams can go up even just 17-9 to go into this fourth quarter with that lead, that would be very, very ideal, right? It's something that I think that can help them kind of, the defense doesn't have as much pressure on them. You got to hold them to under 8. So you're confident the defense can do that. But a touchdown here obviously puts the Rams in a good position as well. So it's something I think the offense needs to do is bleed the clock a little bit and hopefully get in the end zone so we can see them close this game out a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Jason said was a Supersonics fan, but I haven't watched the NBA since 2004.
Okay, wow.
Okay, so now I'm really confused about the Rams fandom because you got two Seattle teams and the Rams.
Yeah, basically. So I wonder how you became the two Seattle fans, and then how did you end up St. Louis? I'm assuming if you're watching sports back then, it might have been even St. Louis Rams when you first started. So how did you come to that, Jason? Going back up
Also,
to MM's Jr. real quick, he says Ferguson's not there because he's not a good blocker yet. Yeah, even when we had him in the preseason, right? You had him running kind of in the slot as a receiver. So yeah, maybe you're right. Great receiver, but so far just not strong enough to be a good run blocker, pass blocker for you. Could see that being a reason why he's not on the field yet. We need Stafford to target Tay. Yeah, we still need Devontae Adams to get involved a little bit more as well. And then Craig says final quarter, a touchdown would be huge. Yeah, a touchdown kind of puts you in close to closing this game out territory, right? I know it's still very early in the fourth quarter, but you feel pretty good about your chances if you can score a touchdown on this drive right here.
Yeah, I do agree with that there. And something I have to say, Jason, is bring back the Supersonics. We need them back in the NBA. I'm all on board for the first NBA expansion team being the Supersonics. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, it's funny. I don't even want it to be OKC ever going back. I want it to be OKC's fine. They've established themselves. They won a championship. They're kind of creating a little incredible soon-to-be dynasty with all the first-round picks they have. And so, yeah, keep them in Oklahoma City. Let's build a new team in Seattle. I want to see a team in Seattle, team in Vegas, maybe move some teams around from there. But that's kind of my goal, too, as well. I love the city of Seattle, by the way. If you've ever been there or never been there, it's a beautiful
I want to go. I have a family member going soon. Oh, low pass there to Adams on 2nd and 3. But there is a flag yet again.
Seattle, don't like the Seahawks, but a beautiful city nonetheless, right by the water. Love to see it.
Yeah.
out there. As you
Although
said,
I do want to go to a Seahawks game though, because that stadium.
I've been outside the stadium, never been inside during a game. I've been outside, it looks great. Never been inside though.
Because I feel like inside the atmosphere would be crazy.
I'm watching that play live still from the old Devontae Adams throw, a flag, so probably a pass interference. I think Stafford
Well,
being
no, but I don't think it is.
what was it?
They
Holding,
did not get a first down.
holding.
Yeah, I think it's just holding. They got 3rd and 3 from the 37. Blake Corum in the game. Stafford going deep. Adams with the catch right over Stingley. First down, Rams.
And that's why you have Devontae Adams on your team. Going up against their best cornerback, I don't care. Throw the football up. Let's see what Devontae Adams can do. And he brings the football down. This is what we're going to see as the season goes on along. Let these two get on a better connection. And I promise you, Megatron Stafford era-esque down the line. What a throw. What a catch. Incredible play from Stafford and Devontae Adams. And Devontae Adams looking like he's getting his swagger back.
Yes, he is. 7 catches, 75 yards, and this play also has a flag on it before it even starts. Now into Rams territory. Texans territory, I should say. False start on the Rams. False start on Bo Limmer. So still no Steve Avila.
I know you said he was on the sideline earlier. Maybe just
Yes, but it does
ultimately
not seem
deciding
like he's in the game.
not to go in the second half. Limmer seems to be holding up so far. I mean, Stafford hasn't been dealing with too much issues here as, just a little bit of a stutter step fall forward for Bo Limmer.
I'm looking to see if there's any updates here on I'm forgetting Steve Avila. There we go.
I just pick. Jason says I just pick random teams. No, I was born in '74. My aunt married a Yankees, and in '84 he gave me a Rams jacket. Married a Yank.
Like an American.
Oh.
Stafford ends up getting sacked there though on second down. I don't see any updates on Steve Avila.
I like how I said Bo Limmer seems to be doing okay, and then immediately Stafford gets
Yes.
sacked. That's not
Second and 23 now.
good news.
Quick pass to Corum. Has some space and actually makes it a third and somewhat manageable here. And Corum may not be down. He keeps going, but they are going to whistle him down.
Was Bo Limmer that gave up the sack, by the way, got beat on the sack. Stafford with pressure all around. Good news is, if you're not watching the game, was that a super hard hit on Stafford. He was able to go down on his own before he got beat up.
Nothing on Steve Avila. It is going to be 3rd and 9, though. So that actually ended up being third and somewhat manageable
Looks
from
like a
second and 23.
Puka Nacua catch coming right now.
Could be.
I'm seeing
And the
tweets.
Rams get him to draw off sides again.
I'm seeing a tweet here from someone who's probably there at the game. Looks like Stafford to Nacua coming up shortly. Sorry to spoil.
Well, let's see. Let's see what the flag is.
I'm gonna send you a tweet right now. I just saw Myles Garrett almost take Burrow's head off.
Oh, wow.
Earlier today.
Yes, it is defensive encroachment. Jason Jackson, I always liked baseball, and the uncle was a Seattle fan. All the teams, so I took the other teams. Oh, that's a cool story. Well, Jason, thank you very much for sharing.
Yeah, honestly, I'm always super intrigued by that. And by the way, I need to go to Scotland one of these days.
Yeah, I need to as well. A Stafford 3rd down and 4. Looking, trying to avoid pressure, and he does go down, gets sacked at the 39. That's going to be a long field goal attempt for Cardi.
I wonder what the tweet was about then with Puka Nacua. I think he.
So, Jason, I have another question for you. Are American sports popular in Scotland? Like baseball, basketball, football?
Yeah, do they play it growing up, like in high school, or I don't know what you would call it? Dang, Stafford taking that sack is not ideal. One, falls down kind of hard, but two, knocks you pretty close to nearly out of field goal range.
I think it's going to be around a 54-yard attempt there. If you are going to go for it. This is going to be a long one here for Cardi.
Yeah,
Kevin Dotson is down. Yes, Kevin Dotson was the injured Ram. So we have to make sure he's okay as well. Now they could be down two offensive linemen here in the fourth quarter of a 14-9 game.
so weird watching that play live. He was standing up, walking over, looked okay, then dropped. So definitely tough to see. Unacceptable. Kevin Dotson is down. I mean, look, this is the reality of the NFL, but also something that we were concerned about all year long. We need to stay healthy. The Rams are healthy, we'll be okay. If they're not healthy, we're not going to be okay, right? Definitely something to pay attention to, keep an eye out on. And then Jason says, so I'm guessing he got the Rams jacket because they were good and they were his NFC team. So I like that.
Yeah, fair. I mean, yeah, fair enough. That's definitely cool. And if Kevin Dotson does go down, I wouldn't be surprised if a guy like Warren McClendon ends up coming in and playing a lot for him because McClendon is a super versatile backup lineman. And Rubio says Cardi is the Legatron 2.0. Yeah, Cardi was a great kicker for us last year. Looked great in the preseason. He did everything far.
I love to see the love for Cardi because there was a second where we were a little nervous about that, right? About his consistency, but I think he definitely proved to be a solid kicker throughout the year. Let's see if he can continue that through this year and make some things happen. Do want to look out for the Seattle Seahawks game. Don't really care who wins, San Fran or the Seahawks. I wish they both could lose, but I do have Kenneth Walker in the red zone right now. Kind of want to watch that.
I have JSN in the red zone right now.
Okay, well, Kenneth Walker, please, because I'm down by 20.
Oh, I'm one of my. Well, no, let's see. Where's JSN?
Anyone watching live here, by the way, you guys got some fantasy games going on. Please let us know. Drop it in the comments. I definitely want to see what you guys got going on, who you're looking for, whether it's this game or another game. Let us know how your fantasy teams are doing. If you guys are curious right now, about 12 minutes, 17 seconds ago in this Rams versus Texans game, 9-14. The Rams are up 14-9 with the football, but probably coming back to kick a field goal, a long field goal.
They're punting actually.
And like I said, as much as we can love Josh McCarty, you may not be super confident in him to kick every field goal. I think 54 yards seems doable, but
yeah,
it kind of hurts.
Let's see if he can pin him. Let's see, but it bounced at around the 3, but then it did also bounce into the red end zone. Let's see where they're going to mark this down. If they get a touchback.
This is where I get a little frustrated here, whether it's Sean McVay or whoever. I understand being precautious. I do not understand not kicking the field goal there. You're at the 40-yard line. You're in their territory. If they get the football back, great punt, by the way. Great punt, Rubio says. Agree with you there. But I just think the lack of aggression is a little bit disappointing. I'm not mad. It's a little disappointing. Yeah. I'm not saying go for it on 4th and long. I'm saying kick the field goal.
I do agree. Stroud from his own end zone. Low pass there. It's going to be caught. They start at the 5. And Jason put in the chat, NFL is getting big in basketball and hockey as well. And then Jason also said it's not all about soccer, as you say. Football. Craig says the Packers looking scary good. Yeah, they are. They are dominating the Lions right now. Jordan Love is on pitch. I'm going to keep saying it, and I'm very upset.
Dominating. Josh Jacobs, you were talking about him playing not too well earlier. Just ran for a touchdown on my screen earlier.
Yes.
I'll let you go ahead and commentate the play if it's happening.
As Hutchison goes around, gets the first down before Spades forces him out. Ethan Long says field position game isn't sexy, but sometimes needs to be done. Yeah. I mean, again, Ethan Evans is one of the best punters in the NFL. It certainly wasn't a bad play, but I feel like kicking the field goal there.
Sometimes it needs to be done. Not all the time. And I think in that position, I'm kicking the field goal there, 54 yards.
I am too.
Because you're telling your kicker, in my opinion, I don't trust you. And that's what I don't like.
Yeah. Yeah, I fully agree with that. You're not trusting your kicker enough there. 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Texans. First has pressure over to Pierce, who just drops it. And they might call this a fumble. Let's see. The Rams were on it, but the refs are calling it incomplete.
MM
Second and 10.
MM Jr. earlier chat says, "Do you think that there's something to Sean McVay not playing his starters in preseason and the injuries that we have in the first game of the year?" Yeah, for sure. I think guys are not ready to play. All of a sudden, have to play a full football game. They didn't really participate in the preseason. Yeah, that definitely has an impact. I'm not mad at it though. It's smart, I think, to rest guys for the most part.
I agree. Second and 10 now here for the Rams. For the Texans, I should say. Stroud pitches it to Pierce. Goes on the right side, and a great tackle there made by Nate Landman yet again. Looking great, stopping the run.
Can I say Nate Landman, one of the MVPs on his defense so far? I mean, I think he's definitely made a
Oh,
couple
yeah.
of great plays. He's been in position where he needs to be. He hasn't really made any mistakes. I mean, from what I've obviously all watching live, but he's made some great plays so far.
That's Landman and Byron Young in on the stop there together. Third and 9. This could be Nico Collins territory for you. Rubio said rush defense looks good. Yes, it does. Third and 9. Quentin Lake bringing some pressure. He got there, but Stroud gets it off in time. Dalton Schultz tries to hurdle Landman, but doesn't get the first down. It's going to be 4th and 1, but they're at the 28, so I highly doubt they're going to go for this one.
It's going to be a tough call. I think they would think about it for a second, but I don't think they will. Ultimately, way too far back. You got 10 minutes to go, 3 timeouts, punt the ball.
Stroud got pressure there by Lake and Verse. Both just missed it. Schultz tries to hurdle Landman, but Landman gets his feet just in time before he can get to the maximum amount of air. And they are still on the field, the Texans offense. But now they're
going to try to draw the Rams offside.
No, they went off now.
There you go. Nate Lyman, by the way, barely gets a shoelace tackle there in the air. Great tackle, though. That could have been a first down very easily.
Oh, Xavier Smith got hit hard while he was already down. It should be a flag, but they're not going to call it. Xavier Smith gets around 10 yards on the return. The Rams are going to start near the 32-yard line.
Yeah, if Schultz wasn't tripped there, I think, by Landman, I think he actually has a good chance of just powering through a couple tacklers there to get a first down. So great shoelace tackle, if you will, from Nate Landman. I'm watching a late hit here. Let's see it. Oh, yeah, the last little hit was definitely a late one.
Yeah, they don't call it a flag. Manuel says, "Hey, Josh, I don't think that it's coach saying that I don't believe in the kicker, but I believe in the defense." I understand your point there, but at the same time, if that's a 64-yarder, I agree with punting. But I think 54 yards, you need to be able to kick that.
And MM Jr., I'm not saying that's maybe Josh Riccardi has a good relationship with McVay or whatever, and they're fine with saying that. I'm just simply saying that there's a chance that your kicker could sit there and say, "I can kick a 54-yarder, easy." That's easy. And then why are we not doing that? And especially in a game like this where you're giving Houston the ball back. Rams got it back, so it's fine. But you're giving Houston the ball back with a chance to take the lead. You're not up by 7. You're not up by 8, 10 points. You're only up by 5. So that's literally him saying, if you really did trust your defense, then kick the field goal and then trust the defense will stop them either way, right? That's kind of how I feel. If I was a kicker, I'd feel a little bit like, oh, it's disrespectful. I can kick a 54-yarder, right? And that's kind of where my perspective is. But either way, it ends up being the right call. Your punter, who's an all-pro punter, gets them in within the 5-yard line. Obviously, you get the ball back as well. So and it ends up being a good call, so it's okay. I just feel I want to have more confidence in my kicker for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's a relationship problem. It's just a bit of a weird play call there as we have some box score numbers now. And the Rams rushing is still only 47 yards, 17 carries for 47 yards. Blake Corum did get a carry for only 2 yards. So the Rams rushing attack not really doing what McVay wanted it to do heading into this game. But now you see some other receivers getting involved. Adams has some more catches. Xavier Smith has some more catches.
Like you said, though, we're talking about the offensive line. We've been pointing out the injuries so far. I think that's definitely a cause for concern and the reason why you want to be as healthy as possible, right? You have Bo Limmer all of a sudden in there at left guard. You may have to have someone in there now. This next drive, we'll see if Kevin Dotson's back out there or not. And so those are 2 huge players for you on your offensive line, especially when it comes to running the football up the middle of the offensive line. So we'll wait and see if they're healthy or if they're feeling good enough to go out there. Not Steve Avila. I'm sure he might be out for the game at this point, it seems like. but we'll have to wait and see on Kevin Dotson if he's out there. But yeah, Kyren Williams, 12 carries, right? Am I seeing that correctly? 12 carries for 39 yards, 3.2 per carry. Not good. Not the worst, but not good at all. And that's definitely what you want to see improve. But like you said, hey, get some other people involved. Let's see Blake Corum carry the ball a couple times.
And Matthew Stafford just passed 60,000 career passing yards with that completion of Puka Nacua as well. So congratulations to Matthew Stafford on that one as well for that.
Great couple of little moves there from Puka Nacua as well. Little spin off to get the couple more yards that he needed to put the Rams in a good position here. 2nd and 5. Could run the football here.
Oh, Davis Allen just dropped that one. A decent pass there from McVay. From Stafford. I mean, hey, maybe Sean McVay does come in and throw a pass at some point. You never know. As we have a game update here from the Broncos game. Broncos just scored a rushing touchdown on the Titans to take a 19-12 lead there in the fourth quarter.
Man, that play could have been a big one for Davis Allen. It's where I want to see Terrence Ferguson out there. I want to see Terrence Ferguson out there at some point.
I do as well. 3rd down, 3rd and 5. Texans bring some pressure. Stafford to Adams, who gets the first down easily there. Good play from both of them.
This is what we want to see. You need someone to catch the football. Give it to your Hall of Fame receiver, Davante Adams. Get you the first down. Does what he has to do.
Yeah, Adams looking good now so far. Another catch for Adams. First down from Craig. Yeah, Davante didn't do too much in the first half, but this second half, he's looked a lot better. A lot better already here on this side of the ball. 1st and 10 now in Texans territory. Let's see if the Rams can capitalize. Last time, nope, they're actually at the 48. So they're not in Texans territory just yet. Run it to Kyren. Picks up around 5, and now they are in Texans territory.
It's okay. Good run. We like that.
Then around 7.5 minutes left here, just now halfway done through this fourth quarter. Rams have a 2nd and 6, picked up 4.
And at this point, every time you get closer and closer to another first down, the defense gets tired. The heart of the team that you're playing is
Stafford over the field to Nacua. Sorry, but that's going to go for around 20. First down, Rams.
And every first down you get, every throw you make, every run you have at successful, you're taking the heart and soul of the Houston team out of the team. And ultimately, that's what the Rams need to do at this point in the game.
Stafford did take a hit there right after he threw. Although it was a hit to the front side, though, not the back side.
And Puka almost spun out of there and got a bunch more yards. Gets taken down instead.
1st and 10, 23-yard line. 6:30 left to go. 14-9 Rams lead. Hand off to Kyren. He's going to get around 6 yards there. It's going to be 2nd and around 4.
Again, what you need. Just keep inching away. Keep running the football. Taking your time. Don't have incomplete passes. Don't slow the clock down.
Rubio in chat said McVay must have checked the chat at halftime because they're running the ball. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Avila is now back into the game. Steve Avila just checked back in right now.
I love to see that. That's what we wanted. That's what we're hoping for. Surprising they did that in the fourth quarter after he's been out since the second quarter, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 2nd and 5, Kyren. It's going to be close. It's going to be very close. I think it's going to be 3rd and around half a yard.
Kyren running the football a lot better here on this drive. Like to see the chunks of yardage he's taking out every single time he touches the football. Again, anyone questioning about Jarquez Hunter or Blake Corum, Kyren Williams is your running back 1. He's going to eat a lot of the carries all year.
Yes, especially here in week 1, you're playing against a formidable opponent here in the Houston Texans, a playoff team the last two seasons. 3rd and 1. 3rd and around a half a yard. Approaching 5 minutes left to go in the game. A touchdown here most likely wins you the game. Kyren gets it. He gets 3, a long 2.5, first down. Rams at around the 11-yard line here.
Again, run game improving as this game goes along. This offense can run the football. Steve Avila back in the game. Looks like they moved Bo Limmer to the right side, if I'm seeing that correctly. So Kevin Dotson out. Bo Limmer just moving to the other side to continue to block for this offensive line. Doing a pretty good job moving the pile there, actually, on that one. Is that Bo Limmer?
Yes.
It is Bo Limmer.
Yeah.
On the right side.
Yeah, Bo Limmer's on the right. First and 10 from the 12. 4:20 left to go in the game.
Run the football. Run the football. Don't do anything fancy here.
They're throwing. Oh, and he fumbles it. Let's see.
What'd I say?
Let's see. Right now, they're calling it a fumble.
What'd I say? Run the football. Don't do anything fancy. What are we doing?
One ref says incomplete. Let's see.
I'm going to watch live right now in a couple seconds as I'm still on delayed. Here we
The
go.
Texans do have the ball, but let's see if they call this an incomplete pass.
Ball is snapped here. Stafford running around. Oh.
That was Parkinson.
I don't think that was a football move. I don't think that was a football move, in my opinion. Watching that live. He caught it and was hit immediately. Looks like an incomplete pass.
Good hit, though, by Azeez Al-Shaair. You might remember Al-Shaair. He was the guy that hit Trevor Lawrence really hard in the head after he was down, and he got suspended for 2 games. So you might remember him from that for last year.
Turn. Oh, man. Him tucking the football, that might be the football move. They're updating a lot of these rules here. That's kind of minor changes that from what we've seen in the past. Happens every year. Kind of frustrating, but that might constitute a football move. He tucks the football, turns up the field. Doesn't take a full 3 steps, but I would not be surprised if you call that a catch. We'll see what happens. What does it say, Josh, on your side? Because I'm delayed.
Well, it says the Rams are challenging.
So it was a fumble recovered.
They're calling it a fumble right now, but the Rams have used their first challenge of the game.
What do you think, Josh? Your perspective here. I feel the rules have changed enough to possibly call this a fumble.
Close.
What do you think?
It's very close because he doesn't complete the turn upfield fully. Again, Al-Shaair actually hits the helmet of Allen first. That could have almost been a head-to-head penalty, but
MM Jr. says he noticed.
It's very close. The thing about the challenge is that there needs to be enough evidence to overturn it. Wayne saying it's a catch. Of course, Wayne is saying it's a catch. I don't blame you, though.
MM Jr. says, I noticed Houston's defense trying to strip the ball away from Williams. I mean, they're trying to, of course, they want to force a fumble at this point in the game. The Rams are about to run out the football, run out the clock. Rubio says it looks like a fumble. I kind of agree. Jason says no catch. I don't know. It looks kind of close. Again, the rules are changing.
It's very close.
And then you have MM Jr. says, how do you not run the football? What did I just say? Before the ball was even snapped. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball.
Let's see. They're calling it a fumble. The call on the field has stood up. The Texans will start with the ball here.
And on that play, what's so frustrating about you not running the football, it is a fumble. We have it confirmed from Josh, Rubio, and MM Jr. saying it's a fumble as well. What's frustrating about that is you're throwing the football, Matthew Stafford. Again, legendary Hall of Fame quarterback. We love you. We trust you. But fourth quarter, you're up by 5. You're throwing the football to a tight end to gain maybe 1 yard. Run the football. Run the football. Do not throw that ball in harm's way. Could have been intercepted. Ends up being fumbled. Run the football. You have a good running back. Maybe you're worried about the running back fumbling. I'd rather be mad at Kyren for fumbling the ball than be upset with you deciding to throw the football for 1 yard to your tight end, your third string tight end. You know, it's just a bad play call. Bad play call, bad decision in my opinion.
It is quite a bad play call. I got some defensive points for that. So, I mean, good for me. Fantasy.
No one cares about fantasy right now, Josh. As Houston, that first play, nice little catch to Stover. Where are you at right now in your game? And
Nick Chubb just actually got the first down there for the Texans. He had a nice little seam, just under 4 minutes left. And for the Rams, the Texans are going to want to hold this ball until under 30 seconds left on the clock.
And you're putting yourself in a bad position. It goes back to now, again, stacking bad decision on bad decision. McVay not kicking that field goal. All of a sudden, the game is in the Houston Texans' hands right now.
It is. The defense has to come up with the turnover. Got to come up with a strip sack, a strip fumble, another interception. Hand it off to Chubb again, who has another nice seam. And Nick Chubb almost gets the first down, almost picks up all 10 yards there. And this was looking a lot more like the Rams against the Eagles in those two games.
Nick Chubb looking back into somewhat of his old form. I mean, again, going back, I know you talked about it this week on Rams Digest. If he can be back to form at all, it's very impressive. Kudos to him with his recovery process because, man, that injury was ugly.
Yeah, it was. Multiple injuries, the foot and the knee. 2nd and 1 for the Texans. Hand it off again. And he's going to be able to get it. Nick Chubb outstretches the arm last second to get that first down at the 45. Again, the Texans now doing what the Rams were doing, running down this clock. And it's going to be on the Rams to get those stops. Again, they stopped a big gain, but they weren't able to stop Chubb from getting the first down. He's got it again, and he's going to get 5 there as well. But there's a flag, so let's see if there's a hold here.
Jared Verse, by the way, that previous play on that Nick Chubb first down, he just blows past the offensive lineman. He's there in the backfield, and Nick Chubb just flies right by him. Yeah, he actually almost came in too fast.
Illegal shift on the Texans, though, so there is a penalty here on the Texans. 2:27 left. Nick Chubb is now out of the game. Manuel said, look at the Texans running the ball like we're supposed to. Yeah, exactly. They're doing exactly what we were supposed to be doing. 1st and 15 now, though.
Michael Parsons' first sack for Green Bay. Clutch.
That is good for the pass. Stroud going to pass. And that is going to be caught by Nico Collins. Witherspoon with a nice tackle, though, to prevent him from getting any extra yards. Still going to be 2nd and long. 2nd and 11. 2:12 left. Will they run a play before the 2-minute warning? They don't have to. They do. Back to pass again. And the pass is tipped at the line. Incomplete. 3rd and 11. Tipped by Josiah Stewart, the rookie. Love to see that.
Love to see it. Might regret going for it right there. If you're Houston, you might have wanted to just take your time instead, call a better play call there, get your team settled down. But ultimately, they decided to go for it. Now it's 3rd down, coming back from that 2-minute warning. Are they going to stop time here before?
Well, that was an incomplete pass, so the clock actually stopped. It's 2:04 remaining, so they have to run this play.
Go ahead, commentator. Take it home. Let us know.
3rd and 11. Stroud, this will have to be a pass play. 1 second left. Gets the play off. Blitz. McGinley McCullough coming at him. Stroud going deep. Intercepted. Cam Kitchens. This might be ruled incomplete. He might be out of bounds. Let's see.
Oh.
There is a flag, though.
Oh, my goodness. This game. What is happening right now?
Not going to be on Kitchens. There's no way it's on Kitchens.
MM Jr. says, nice defense by the rookie. Agreed there with that tip pass. Very clutch play from him.
And the flag is going to be on the Rams. It's roughing the passer on Kobe Turner.
Wow.
And they said the interception has been overturned, that they would have called this an interception.
No way. Wait, so they can just call back that, I guess, roughing the passer, right?
Just roughing the passer. No, that definitely was not roughing the passer. You'll see it. That was an awful call.
Roughing the passer.
Have you seen it?
I'm waiting for it right now. It's coming soon. Just got the announcement here. So you're saying that it would have been an interception if this wasn't called roughing the passer. Kobe Turner.
Yeah, they didn't say it was no one whistled it incomplete.
Look, it's ticky-tack. He barely taps him. I hate to be that guy, guys. I hate to be that guy. Why are you touching the quarterback? The ball was way out of his hands. You can clearly see the ball leave his hands, and Kobe Turner leans into TJ Stroud. I'm not saying it's a good call. Why are you even putting yourself in that position if you're Kobe Turner? You're a veteran. You're a leader on this defense. You know better than to throw your helmet forward at the quarterback into the chest. Tough.
Yeah.
Is it roughing the passer? I get it, because that word always, I think, is where gets us bothered. How is that roughing the passer? You didn't even hit him that hard. Don't touch the quarterback at that point.
I agree. Cam Kitchens was the guy I was talking about all in yesterday's video about the guy you need to watch. He comes up big with the play, but that's not a roughing the passer call at all. That's where you want to hit him. He didn't tackle him. He didn't put his weight on him. I really don't like that play.
Well, you can't.
And someone said Stafford's been getting smacked too. He has, and nothing's been called for him.
You can't. I don't know. You can't push the quarterback down even after they throw the football, though. That's the biggest thing, and he did. That's what he kind of did.
No, but at the same time, that wasn't really enough.
If Kobe was leaning already, like if he was already going towards Stroud at that point, then fine. But you can kind of see in slow motion, to be fair, in slow motion, you can kind of see him lean after the ball is already thrown. I'm not saying I agree. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying it's tough. It's not necessarily rough, right? It wasn't hard, but it was contact made after the ball was out of his hand. Why are you touching the quarterback? Win or lose, both Josh, this has been fun connecting with you two. We need to do it again next week. Appreciate you, MMs Jr. I really do appreciate you saying that because we are going to get to doing this every single week, every single Rams home game. But eventually we're going to get better for you guys. We want to make sure we get the scoreboard going on for you guys. Sorry that it's kind of just me and him talking, but appreciate you guys for being here, for staying with us the whole time. Over 1,000 views in this live stream. So really appreciate you guys, honestly, for being here. And Mr. L says, where is Nico Collins? Been covered, apparently. I mean, this offense has not played well for Houston. The Rams defense, give them credit, has put pressure on CJ Stroud all night long. The run game has been
more pressure. And that's going to be caught. First down all the way to the 25. And Manuel said, please just call me Manuel. We will, Manuel. We will.
I got you, Manuel. I got you.
And that was a Goomba Wale there, going all the way to the 25. As Nate Landman got to CJ Stroud just a bit too late and also put his hands on him after the ball was thrown, but no flag.
Good pressure on Stroud, like Josh said. Finds his option here, receiver option in the flat. Tough play. Nate Landman almost had him.
Stroud getting pressured again. Open receiver. Fumble. Fumble, and the Rams have recovered.
Is it anything close? Is it close to an incomplete catch, or is it fumble?
Let's see. This old lineman is down. He might be hurt. Let's see. Let's see. The Texans, I believe, do have a challenge, so I wouldn't be surprised if they challenge this.
About to watch the play live here on a little bit of delay, so we'll see. Emmanuel says fumble. Rubio says LFG defense. Catch and fumble. And what did I tell you guys? Again, anyone who's watched Rams Digest videos, yes, Nate Landman, hype him up for sure. But also I said he's going to make some big plays. He's going to become a fan favorite. He's going to force some fumbles. And that is what he did for Atlanta.
Yes, he did. He was great for Atlanta. And Braden Fisk there with a really athletic recovery. Dive and play right there. Just spins it, picks it up. And now the Rams just need to run out the clock here. Win this game.
Great play, great effort from defense. They got pressure on Stroud all game long. Now, the game's not over. There's still 3 timeouts for Houston. 1 minute, 43 seconds. The Rams still have some work to do, but just a punch of the football from Nate Landman. Loved his football instincts. Loved to see him put that effort forward. Braden Fisk, like you said, diving for that football with the offensive lineman as well. I mean, that's just an incredible effort. His defense, man.
Yeah, great effort. We have a flag here. Offensive holding. So that's not going to be great for the Rams. Going to be a longer first down marker. Davis Allen. And then Rubio said, our horns are bigger. We hope so. There's still 1:38. This game is not over just yet. Rams got to get a first down here to end the game. Showing this on the replay again. That's such a great play there from Fisk. I mean, that was not an easy recovery there whatsoever.
No. I mean, like I said, the effort is such a big. I mean, you see star players all the time on different teams just not put that effort forward. And Braden Fisk does not care. Goes in. And if he doesn't dive as aggressively as he dove for that football, Houston has the ball right now.
Yes. Yeah, Houston has the ball, and we don't know how exactly that drive would have ended. 1st and 20, though, from the 14. Got to get some yards here. Kyren picks up about 5, so 2nd and long. And the Texans have not called the timeout just yet, but I believe they just used their first one here. As Jalen Petrie comes in. A quiet game for Jalen Petrie. He's a guy who I'm a big fan of on this Texans defense, but hasn't really done too much so far today, but a nice play there. As the Texans use timeout number 1. And an update, the Niners did beat the Seahawks 17-13 in that NFC West showdown.
Yeah, my fantasy team on that front, Kenneth Walker, not looking great this year. Looks like Charbonnet may be the starter for them in Seattle. Not great.
Really? Wow. Did not expect that.
Yeah, I mean, 3.9 fantasy points for Kenneth Walker today.
Oof.
10
I mean, Jay that
attempts.
got me 20, so I'll take that.
Not great.
I mean, it could be worse. Could have had AJ Brown. Let's see. Second down. Kyren picks up about 8 or 9 there. So it's going to be around a 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8. Got to get this first down, though. Texans call another timeout. Is this 3rd and Devontae, or do you think they keep running the ball?
I think, it's too risky. They played it safe earlier. Run the football. Don't be dumb. Run the football. I know it's not ideal that you're all the way back. You couldn't tell a holding call was going to happen. Just run the football.
We'll see here. 3rd and 8. First down ices the game. Not a first down means the Rams will have to make a defensive stance once again.
You give me that play-by-play. Let's make it happen.
Stafford snaps it. Fakes to Kyren. They're passing it to Puka. Who's got it? Staying in bounds. Stays in bounds. Goes into Texans territory. The Texans call their final timeout.
That's over. That's all you need to see.
That's the game.
Clutch play from Puka. I'll give the coaching staff credit for being aggressive there. I think that's a very, very risky call there, but you make it happen. You trust your offense. You trust your leaders. Give the ball to Puka.
Manuel said 3rd and Nacua. It had been 3rd and Devontae all game, but this down it was 3rd and Nacua. McVay and Stafford celebrating. Loving what we're seeing here. 1st and 10 at the basically 50. Take a knee for first down. Watch this clock go down for around another 30 seconds here before they kneel it again, and then this game is officially over here.
Truthfully, I thought the offenses were going to explode in the second half a little bit. They did not necessarily. The Rams' offense looked really, really good, don't get me wrong, but they weren't as aggressive as I thought they would be. End up only scoring once, but that's all they needed to win this game, 14-9. It's not the most beautiful of final scores you love to see from the Rams. You want to see them getting up a little bit. You don't want to see them winning games necessarily by scoring less than 20 because it puts so much pressure on your defense. But the defense stepped up against a pretty solid offense, might I add. I mean, the Houston Texans are not a bad team at all. Yes, the offensive line isn't great, but overall, I think this defense, I'm very happy and proud of how this defense performed today all over the field. Just that effort, like you said, Braden Fisk, I think at the end, Landman, that combination of just showing you what this Rams defense is all about. The grit, determination, going after the football no matter what, end of the game, not stopping, not slowing down at all. I think it's impressive what the defense did.
It is. It is very, very impressive what the defense did today. Jason said, great broadcast, gentlemen. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Jason. And the final score is official, 14-9. Rams start the season with a win for the first time in a while here. Much needed after some slow starts.
Oh, so much to talk about on this game. Starting off the season right. Starting off the season at home well. Health question marks for sure, but looking like you finished the game pretty strong. A lot to say on defense, a lot to say on offense. Right? As much as we were frustrated with how it was in the first half, they kind of answered some of those questions in the second half, right? Maybe you want to see a little more in the running game with other players touching the football, but they fed Kyren Williams a little bit more. He started to play a little bit better in the second half. Davante Adams got a little bit more involved when he wasn't in the first half. Puka Nacua, what is he going to look like with Davante Adams? Hey, looks like he's still your receiver number one and really good at being that for this team still. Nate Landman, free agent signing of the offseason. Incredible play so far today. Just looks like a leader already for you on the defensive side of the football. I'm really happy with how that game went.
Yeah, it was a good game. Jason said good night from Glasgow, Rams house. Thank you. We appreciate it. Good night, Jason.
Jason, go get some sleep. Probably about 11 o'clock for you now, maybe 11:30 almost. So good night, Jason. Appreciate you.
And Kapil says, thank goodness the refs didn't get the last laugh. Yeah, I agree. It's never fun when the refs get the last laugh in any game. Rubio said, whose house? Rams house.
Whose house? Rams
Rams house.
house.
And
Wayne's.
then,
Good game. Rams were just a better team today. Yeah, shout out to you, Wayne, for coming in as a Houston fan. So shout out to you for stopping by this Rams channel. Appreciate you. Maybe we'll see you down the road if you like the broadcast.
yeah, hopefully you stay watching the broadcast. And then Kapil said, thought it was supposed to be a home game. I don't really know what he means by that. Does he mean for the
It
Texans?
might have
I
been a
don't really.
lot of Texans fans there. And again, look, guys, I think I want to comment on that one thing for sure. First of all, we have ourselves as Rams fans have to get in the building and start showing up and showing out for the Rams. But ultimately, it's going to take a lot of time. But be patient. In about 10 more years, maybe, I think the Rams fandom in Los Angeles will be turned around completely. Think about all the 10-year-olds who were 10 becoming Rams fans when they won the Super Bowl just a couple years ago. Those fans, when they become 20, 30 years old, start raising some Rams fans, and with their own kids, it'll turn around. But we got to be patient with that. SoFi will always be
Yes.
filled with some other fan bases for quite a bit of time, I think.
Yes, and then Rubio said, "Happy homecoming to CJ Stroud." Yeah, I mean, hopefully CJ Stroud had some good times with his family, but not a great homecoming in terms of how he played
Yeah.
out there on the field today. And Wayne said he'll look for us. Thank you, Wayne. We appreciate it. If you like the vids, make sure to subscribe. All of you watching right now, make sure to subscribe and like the stream and send the stream out. We should have probably said this earlier, but definitely share this stream.
Yeah, Manuel says. Manuel said, check out Stafford's interview after the game. Yeah, we obviously are watching the game right now on mute, so definitely something I'll go back and check out. Manuel, appreciate you saying
Yes.
that. He also said earlier this game was up in the air until Landman came up with that fumble. I mean, up in the air. I was on the edge of my seat a little bit here. That
Yeah,
was
I
a
was too.
nerve-wracking game. I mean, it just looked like the Rams were making some bad decisions to finish this game. Didn't finish it the cleanest way, but at the end of the
No.
day, they finished it, and that's all that matters ultimately, right? You can learn from your mistakes. Hopefully next week they learn from it and start being a little more aggressive and then a little less aggressive. It's kind of weird. You want your team to maintain aggression, don't get me wrong, but that was a little risky at the end there. That play action, I mean, they did it again, right? They did it again to finish the game and close it out. So it works for you with that pass to Puka Nacua, but earlier not running the football on first down, getting that Parkinson fumble. Don't be too upset with Parkinson. I mean, what can he do? Catches the ball, turns, and he gets smacked in the face by a defender. So you can't get too mad at him for that. But ultimately, not the cleanest way to finish, but they finished it.
Hmm. I totally agree with that. Here, just some stats. The Rams, 25 carries for 72 yards. Houston, 27 carries for 114 yards. The Texans were able to get some runs off there
And it's
at the
weird,
end
right?
versus,
Can I pause on that
versus
real
the
quick?
Rams.
On that note, it's weird. It didn't feel like that, right? I mean, yes, at the end there, I think Nick Chubb started to kind of run off for some big time runs, but it didn't really feel like the Rams were getting run all over. It really felt like the Rams were doing a better job today of slowing down the run. I think they did a much better job. I was impressed with, again, Nate Landman, Puna Ford being in there, slowing down a little bit the run game for Houston. So it felt like we did a pretty good job. 114 rushing yards isn't ideal to give up, but ultimately, I'm not too upset with how the run defense was tonight.
Well, for the Rams, they allowed 4.2 yards per carry, and the Rams only averaged 2.8 yards per carry. So not great there. If we're talking about team rushing, receiving, Puka, an amazing game, 10 catches, 130 yards. And then Devontae, 4 catches for 51. Kobe Parkinson, 2 catches for -6 yards. You know, Davis Allen with 13, but then the touchdown. Blake Corum, a catch for 14. Xavier Smith, a catch for 36. Again, no Jordan Whittington. And then Tutu Atwell, only 1 catch for 4 yards. They gave him $10 million. Would like to see some more as the season goes on from him. And no Tyler Higbee catches whatsoever either. Also, really surprised me. There's 0 targets for him as well.
Yeah, there was a little bit of that last year, right? You saw a lot of Parkinson, you saw a lot of Davis Allen, especially because Tyler Higbee was out with injury. But yeah, very, very interesting there because the two guys we were expecting to be balling for you at the tight end position didn't even touch the football, right? Terrence Ferguson and Tyler Higbee have not touched the football, which, yes, negative to start the season because, okay, we want to see what's up with that. Why is that happening? Can we get them more involved? But two, hey, that's a whole part of the offense that they can actually pick up and start actually completely changing what this offense looks like if you can get guys like Tyler Higbee and Terrence Ferguson on the field together, playing alongside one another, and working off of one another. That definitely would be great additions, I think.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And now as we look forward, the Rams next week do play the Titans here in week two. So what do you think the Rams should look out for in that game? Playing rookie number one overall pick Cam Ward. And how do you think that the Rams can transfer what happened today
Yeah.
over to that game?
Quick shout out to Jose Gomez. Says hi, Josh. I know he's talking to me. I know him actually, so shout out to you. What's up? His name's Cheeks actually. What's up, Cheeks? What? In the meantime, talking about the Titans. Yeah, no, I think I have to go back and see what the Titans look like today. I think that's definitely one thing I have to pay attention to because this is not the Titans of old. They got the rookie quarterback Cam Ward in there. You have guys like Calvin Ridley at receiver that you have to worry about. So you'll see how these cornerbacks hold up in that front. And the offensive line's different. Can this defense again continue to succeed against every offensive line they face? Who cares who we're playing on the offensive line? Can this defense just be disruptive no matter who faces them? So that way, every time teams are playing the Rams, it needs to be oh wow, this team is we have to worry about them. They're not worried about us, and that's kind of where I want this defense to become. So if they can continue to do that versus Tennessee, that'll be great to see, especially when you're playing a rookie quarterback. The more pressure you get on this quarterback, the better it's going to be for your team. And then on offense, running the football. The Titans have always been a very physical team, pretty much no matter every single year, no matter who they have. They are pretty physical on defense. So can you be physical back? Can you be aggressive on offense early in the game, running the football, getting Blake Corum involved, getting Jarquez Hunter, if he's active, involved in the offense? We talk about getting the tight ends involved. I want to see Davante Adams targeted more routes that I think he does better at, right? Like he, again, out routes, things like that. He can do slant routes. He's a great route runner. I want to see him run down the football field. I want to see a one-on-one, even a two-on-one throw down the field to see what Davante Adams can do if you just throw the ball up and see what he does with the football. That's what I want to see more of next week. But ultimately, I think if the Rams keep playing like they played today, they're going to be okay this year. They got to stay healthy, but they're going to be okay this year if they continue to play football the way they did today.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree with you. And AM says, "How bad is our guard hurt?" He did return at the end of the game, so that is a good sign to see. And
Steve Avila did return. I didn't see Kevin Dotson finish the game.
no, yeah, Kevin Dotson. We will look into that. We'll have an update for you on that as the week goes on throughout our videos. So make sure to stay tuned and watch those. And then G says, "A win is a win." This was a good one. Yeah, I mean. Good one. Yes, it is a win. I mean, obviously you want them to play better against a team like this, but a team like the Texans they're known for their defense. Their defense was one of the best in the league last year. The offense looked a little bit shaky for them, so they have some things to work out over there, especially with their center being hurt. But for the Rams, obviously the main thing is try to diversify the running backs, diversify the offense. I think we'll see more of that in week two, just because the Titans defense is not up to par with the Texans defense that the Rams face today. So we do have to see how that game will look. And I'll definitely be watching some Titans highlights, tomorrow to see how they looked before we start prepping for week two.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing too, I think one thing we have to remember, I know it wasn't pretty today. Like it wasn't, a lot of people are like might not say it was a great game, quote unquote, but at the same time it was a great game. It's week one, right? You're playing against a good team, you're playing against a good defense. I think Stafford going 21 for 29 with over 200 passing yards. It's really good, right? Him getting Puka Nacua involved, over 10 receptions for over 100 yards. Really good. There's things you want to see them work on, of course, don't get me wrong, but I think week one, this is okay. This is really good for the Rams, a really good start. We'll have to wait and see on some injury updates, but I think I'm okay and happy with how they played. I'm not sitting here like, oh man, they need to do this, they need to do that. Couple questionable decisions. But football is just like this. Sometimes you're going to have a game where it's not very high scoring. I'm okay with a game like this, in my opinion.
Yeah, that is true. And Gill said you just don't throw the ball up. That's why there's schemes in place. Devontae is better than that. The Rams hadn't played any starters during the preseason. The Texans did. Yeah, but the Texans offense didn't look great. I mean, CJ Stroud threw a pick. CJ Stroud was fine. He wasn't that crazy. And then Muad'Dib, sorry if I said that wrong. says Titans is the perfect get right game. Yes and no. I mean, the Titans, they're trending in the right direction. You got Cam Ward, you got Calvin Ridley. I mean, you can bet on him to have a good game, but I mean, you never know.
Today, right now, the Tennessee Titans are going up against the Denver Broncos. Still currently in the fourth quarter of that game, they're down by 8. Looks like if depending on timeouts and whatnot, they might lose that game 12-20. Calvin Ridley 4 receptions, 27 receiving yards. Cam Ward. I mean, they're playing against the best defense in the league with Denver, so don't
Yeah.
want to give them some credit there, but give them some slack there. But yeah, they're not going to be a great team, and that's the biggest thing. Going into Tennessee, it's not a great team, but you can't play down to your opponent. Play well, get to the quarterback, and let's continue this to start the season strong. 2-0, 2-0, baby.
Yeah, definitely for sure, for sure. And Deuce says Nate Landman stellar play MVP. Yeah, I agree. Nate Landman's probably the MVP of the day. Landman and Nacua are my two MVPs of the day. Kobe Durant up there as well for that interception. But yeah, the defense was awesome today. The run defense, I'd like to see be a bit better, be closer to that 100 yards on the ground, not give up 4 yards per carry. But again, the rush defense, it looked better than it did last year, and that is a step in the right direction because we know the Titans, they're going to want to use Tony Pollard in the run game, try to help out Cam Ward, open up his passing game. So we'll see just exactly how that looks next week here. But who's your MVP of this game, Josh?
Nate Landman. I was just gonna say you said it already. You already mentioned him, but I do want to make sure I get a little bit of credit here. Called him a sleeper pickup when he was signed. I know I keep saying it and bringing it up over and over and over again, but I did think he was a sleeper signing for the Rams. Nate Landman, who's this? Coming from Atlanta, couldn't even make Atlanta's roster. Why are we even worried about him? A guy who was getting a lot of tackles in Atlanta, the center of that defense, had a lot of snaps under his belt, forced a lot of fumbles, made a lot of big time plays for the Atlanta defense. I thought it was a really smart sign to bring him in to play alongside Omar Speights, and even I didn't expect him to play this well, to look like a leader this early in his Rams career. I thought it was going to take a little bit of adjusting, a little bit of time. So far, he's come out. He looks like the leader on this defense. He looks like the guys love him. He's making great plays. He's making game-winning plays. I mean,
Yes.
let's not underestimate like that fumble. Again, Josh and I just said we're on the edge of our seat because the Rams were like, oh, shoot, we might lose this game. They might have just made a couple of bad mistakes in a row and lost this football game now. Yet Nate Landman comes, saves the day. Of course, Braden Fisk diving on it as well, give him his credit. But overall, I think Nate Landman MVP easily of this game, just off that last play alone. But I want to make sure I emphasize it wasn't just that final play. He was all over the football field all game long. Shout out to Nate Landman, MVP of the game for me.
Yes, for sure. And then Deuce said defense give up 0 TDs. Yes, great game. William Blue, play calling needs to be better. Yes and no. I think week 1 you're being a bit more conservative. As the season goes on, you're going to be able to call some more creative plays. And AM said, why don't we use Xavier Smith more? I mean, yeah, he looks good. At the same time, his main duty is punt returns, so you want to make sure he's healthy for that role. And then Madib said, I thought Verse would get more disruption. I understand what you mean. I'm sure he was getting doubled a little bit throughout that game as well. I'm not too concerned on it. Verse was getting some pressures, which is what you want. You want those quarterback hurries, but at the same time, you do want him to turn those into sacks. Because I did a video where he did all this work about using different combo moves in the pass rush, but it didn't necessarily lead to much today. But obviously, it's the first game. We'll see how this goes throughout the entire season.
Agreed to everything you said there. Any more chats here we're going to go through before we call it a stream for today? I could talk for a couple more minutes if we need to. Landman gave me my joy back. You mentioned that already. Why don't we?
He gave us a lot of joy.
Thought Verse would get more disruption, and yeah, that again, I want to make sure like we are paying attention to the fact that like we don't need to see these guys dominate every single week. I want Jared Verse to play better. I want him to get some sacks, but I think he is disruptive just being who he is. I mean, the defense having to worry about him at all times. I talked about earlier as well. Like Nick Chubb had that nice first down run earlier in the fourth quarter. That nice drive they were having, and Jared Verse just blows right through defense. I mean, offensive line, they just couldn't slow him down at all. Yet he just goes so fast that he misses, overshoots the gap, and he misses out on tackling Nick Chubb. I think he had a lot of plays like that today where he just was that disruptive, just kind of looking very, very aggressive and physical on defense. He just couldn't get to the quarterback, and ultimately, CJ Stroud, good quarterback, knows how to move around the pocket, things like that. They're probably paying attention, chipping him a little bit here and there. So be patient on that. He'll get his sacks. He'll make his money for sure. Same thing with Byron Young. I mean, Byron Young, if anything, looked a little more unguardable, unblockable, which don't look at it as a negative. Look at it as a positive. Oh, dang, Jared Verse didn't even play that well today. He played well, but wasn't as disruptive as we expected, yet that defense looked disruptive. The defense looked to bother CJ Stroud. Again, no touchdowns allowed. What more can you ask for, you know?
Yeah, you can't really ask for much. And Deuce said, great show, fellas. I might just get a Landman jersey. Another game, it's a lock. Like this, it's a lock. Yeah, Landman looked awesome. If you want to get a jersey, that is up to you. Gill said they double teamed a lot, shut down Nico Collins. Couldn't ask for much more with the defense that has played together since the playoffs. Yeah, that continuity on the defense really definitely showed with Chris Shula and a lot of the other players. That they all looked awesome out there on the defense. The offense, I think, is going to get better as well throughout the season. I think not Chris Shula. I think Mike LaFleur and that offense and McVay, they're going to get together. They're going to figure out just exactly what they want to do as the season goes on here.
100%. I don't know if you read Charles Davis saying, IDK, if anyone noticed, but Poona Ford was living in the Texans' backfield and being held all game. Again, Poona Ford, to me, big-time addition. Just him physically being there is already huge, but he was looking pretty solid. Helping, again, I know the Texans ran for over 100 yards. I feel they did a pretty good job in the run defense department today. Nothing too crazy in terms of like what we've seen in the past. You know, again, I always go back to the Saquon 200-yard games. Not really fair because he's the best running back, one of the best running backs we've ever seen, maybe. But ultimately, you giving up 200 yards is still ridiculous, right? And so I think that Poona Ford is going to be that key to avoiding games like that in the future for the Rams. And it looked better. It looked a lot better. The run defense looked a lot better this game, I think.
Yes. William Blue says, bring on Philly. Hey, I'm ready for the challenge in a couple weeks. That should be a great game. Manuel said it's not that V8 didn't play well. I think that CJ was doing a good job of getting the ball out quickly. Yeah, he was. I think that was also a part of it too. I mean, I do think Cam Ward's going to be a lot easier to sack.
Yeah, I think so. I hope so. I mean, I hope that he's going to make some rookie mistakes for sure, and I hope that can be a dominant outing. I know a lot of people want to see the dominant outings. I think the Texans could be a game, the Titans could be a game where it's one of those dominant outings for the Rams. That's what we're hoping for. We've got to wait and see if the rookie starts dicing us up. It might be a different conversation next week for sure. But I'm hoping for the best. I think this defense can come and bother him enough.
Yeah, I think they'll be able to. I think that defense will be able to come and bother him. And then Mudab said, "God Titans in first. Can't overlook them this year."
Yes, and I will say this. I did want to say that one time too. William Blue says, "Bring on Philly." They don't live rent free in my mind personally. I don't want to create this rivalry here. I get it though. They are the test because they are the Super Bowl champs. I don't care. We'll see them when we see them, and then we'll move on, and then see them in the playoffs if that happens. But I'm not thinking about Philly right now. I'm thinking about next week. I'm thinking about Tennessee for sure.
I'm not thinking about Philly just yet either, but I would really like to beat them. It would be nice.
Yeah, for sure. Great sports day in LA, says Rubio. Rams and Dodgers both win. Yeah, Dodgers finally taking care of business versus Baltimore. Definitely have a lot of work to do with the Dodgers. We could talk about that all day, but we won't get into it.
Yeah, definitely. Dodgers are on a little bit of a cold streak right now. Hopefully this win, though, starts a hot streak.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. All right. Other than that, I think we can call it a stream here. Coming up on 3 hours. So appreciate all of you guys for joining in. Looks like over 1,625 views total on the live stream today. So really appreciate all of you guys who stay tuned, who watched throughout the whole game. Really appreciate all of you guys for commenting along the game with us.
Yes.
I promise next week we'll get a little bit better on it. I definitely got to have some tech meetings and just kind of see if I can square away some little minor details for sure. But overall, I think it was a good one, Josh. I hope you agree.
Yeah, I agree. We just have some last-second chats here. Maybe Carter's suspended for 3 weeks for the spit. You never know. I mean, that was definitely a weird incident to see. We'll see if he does get suspended. And then Rubio said, see you next week. Yes, we will see you next week, Rubio. Thank you. Make sure to stay tuned for that. We have videos coming all throughout this week. Monday, tomorrow is going to be able to recap of this game. and then we're going to head on to prep for the Titans, getting you prepared with everything you need to know
Muad'Dib,
heading into next week.
Muad'Dib says, dang, just got here. Sorry that you just got here. Sorry, we're gonna call it. It's been 3 hours for us, so sorry if you want to call it here. But I do want to say, if you guys want to stay tuned next week, again, every single week, Josh and I are gonna try our best to live stream every single game. So if we do that, make sure you guys are there with us throughout the whole game. Maybe about 30 minutes or so before each game starts, and then we'll stay here for a few minutes after each game ends. And that's kind of the plan for the year, I think, Josh, if you agree with me.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the plan for the year. We have Mr. Donks with horns up. Yes, horns up for sure. Thank you for tuning in. And by the way, the streams are staying up on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
They do not get deleted after we end the stream. So if you did miss part of the stream, you want to see some more, you want to go back to a certain part, these streams do stay up. We do not take them down after we end our stream.
Yeah, exactly. Manuel wins the next trivia of the day. Should be, I want to say I want to do a post-game video, but I'm a little tired and hungry and gonna.
No, I think we're fine for.
Exactly. So I think we'll be a little busy today, but I think maybe tomorrow we'll be back up and running and give you another trivia of the day, hopefully by tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow will be our next video. Going to be a little game recap from this game, and then as I said, throughout the week will be more game prep going into the Titans. And Manuel said, good job to both Joshes. Thank you, Manuel. Manuel, good job chatting. You were very active in the chat, so thank you for that. Gave us a lot of good points to talk about throughout today.
Appreciate you, Manuel, for sure. All right. Other than that, that's going to do it for us on today's live stream. Appreciate all of you guys. Subscribe to the channel so you guys don't miss the next one.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Enjoy Sunday Night Football tonight. Ravens-Bills should be a good one. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and keep watching our daily Rams Digest video content. Thanks again, everybody.
That's it.